At the stream. Okay.
Probably not added to the stream.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm on screen now. That's exactly what it was, bro. I didn't add myself to the stream. So I see myself on screen now.
Yeah, you good, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Good luck, bro.
All right, God.
All right, y'all can hear me out there. It's your brother Danger Remy, Jedi Knight, Vampire Slayer, Straight Shooter, who always keep it real with you every time. The camera is kind of messed up. Well, it's not messed up. It's kind of blah. My lighting is terrible and everything, but nevertheless, thank you to discuss a few things. Now we're gonna give it a few minutes to let some people get in. Hey, everybody, please do share the link. Honors to my brother OC for letting me use his platform to run my mouth. You know what I mean? So, I want to talk about some things that are relevant, that's affecting all of us. You know, the children of the diaspora, especially those who consider themselves to be pro-black, somewhat woke or conscious. You know, I want to talk about some of that and talk about the general chaos in consciousness and the life of our brother Otto Wallace. You know, what does that all have to do with anything, right? So yeah, thank you all for coming in. Greetings, Sister Dolores, one of my trusted advisors, one of the great sisters that donate to our brother Otto Wallace and continue to do work to help our brother in who is now in has been incarcerated in Daytona Beach in Volusia County Jail. You know, they've given the brother, well, he's facing the death penalty. So, you know, if you have not heard, we are raising funds on his behalf. It is now a race against time, literally, to save this man's life, right? So, we need to make sure that he's able to tell his side of the story. Greetings, Deb. Good to see you, sister. Ophelia, I want to big up Sister Ophelia. Uh, if that is the same Ophelia that has donated on several occasions to our brother Otto Wallace. You know, I think her last donation was over $400 or $500. You know, so I want to big up the sister Ophelia if that is the same sister. That's the same Ophelia. Greetings, collective tribal consciousness. Hey, do me a favor, everyone. Please share the link. Share the link. What I have to say, I'm not just going to be running my mouth for the sake of ego. I have a few things to share with y'all, you know, that I think is relevant, and I would like some participation. You know, I want this to be something of a learning exercise. You know, can we, you know, like share perspectives? You know, because I think everyone. Let me get a one if you consider yourself to be a conscious person. Yes, the officer died, Hydro Blaze, third eye. The officer died last Tuesday. He had been in critical condition, you know, since the incident, and he passed away on Tuesday. So, last Tuesday. So, condolences to the family of the officer that passed away. Um, yeah, if you consider yourself to be a conscious person, let me get a one. Drop some ones in the chat. If you do not consider yourself to be a part of the conscious collective or quote unquote community, let me put a zero in there. And zero is not a negative. It's just a way to differentiate. So I'm seeing the ones. I'm seeing Sister Dolores, Sister Ophelia, Sister Deb, Lovis, Sister Just Black, K Money of the NFAC. Hey, Sister K Money, I've heard your name. I've heard your name in some circles, you know. Big up yourself. Thank you for stopping by. Shay Rock is a part of the conscious community. Jeremiah, Chia M, ADOS Truth, ADOS Truth. I don't see a one. Yeah, thank you. Share, comment, share the chat, share the stream. Melvin, Jojo, JH, Collective Tribal Consciousness, Boss Talk. Hey, Boss Talk, little bro, thank you for stopping by. That's my little bro right there. He's always speaking on behalf of our brother Otto Wallace also. Everybody is doing their part. Everybody have their own personalities and methods. We just have to kind of learn how to refine it a little bit. But big up Boss Talk. Boss Talk drop a one. Just Black. Um, Sister Carliota. I'm sorry for butchering your name, Carliota. But yeah, I'm only seeing ones. I'm only seeing. Yo, what's up, Troy? Peace to the brother. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing a bunch of ones, right? So mostly everyone here would consider themselves to be uh conscious, right? And somebody would say woke. You know what I mean? Um somebody said, man, that's a name. Wow, that name. I'm just gonna call you Black Somali. Seminelli. Black Seminelli. Okay. Black Seminelli says 1,000. B1 for life. B1. Okay. Black first. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Black first. By the way, you know, hey, what's up, my brother Sam? I see you, bro. I see you, Black. Appreciate you for stopping by. Hey, I want to say, when we talk about black first, it might seem strange to some people to say black first. Others looking in may even pretend, and I say pretend, they may even pretend that that could be a racist, that might have racist undertones and so on. But the truth is, all groups are whatever they are first, and they do it without even thinking about it. Because we haven't been on code and we haven't been employing common sense. We end up having to actually put black first out there. We have to tell our people, hey, look, we need to move in accordance to things that are beneficial to us. But all other groups, those who are designated white, those who are designated Asians, Latinos, Indians, whatever, they all move with their group first. It's white first, it's Asians first, it's Chinese first, it's Japanese first, it's their nationalities or their ethnicities or their race first. And that's just what it is. They don't have to broadcast it, they don't have to say it, right? Because it is implied. It is expected from all human beings that they're gonna do them first. And after you take care of home, then you can move out and speak on some other things. You can help others. Now, what is going on in the conscious community? Because um, mostly everyone that I see in the chat is consider themselves conscious and therefore would be a part of this black consciousness, right? And what is going on? I mean, we see a lot of things going on, right? And I'm gonna use Brother Polite for example. But before him, you had some other scandals, right? We keep having scandals. I remember even the sister, remember Zaza Ali, and I'm not saying names just to say it. I'm just saying that these are examples. I remember Zaza Ali. I remember, I remember things came out about several, of the women that were teachers that got quote unquote exposed, and then we had several of the men that got exposed. Things came out about them that were not flattering, right? And sometimes downright um, horrendous, right? We seen some horrendous things like the allegations that Brother Polite is facing right now, for example. Nobody, I would not want to be in his shoes, right? You know what I mean? So we've seen some things happen over the years that um, has caused people to feel disillusioned. You know what I mean? A lot of people have given up on consciousness. You know what I mean? I think a few of us might know people who just went back to being savages, right? Because coming into consciousness or waking up to some degree, right? It tends to bring us out of how we were living our lives previously, right? It means that we are transcending, we are moving from one way into another, right? And I understand that some of us are coming in by way of a type of religion or a type of dogma, a type of philosophy, right? Some of us are still in the Bible, Some of us are outside of the Bible. Some of us are have taken up Kemetic philosophy. Some of us are using a blend of everything. Some of us are using, we are um, into ancestral magic. So I see a lot of things. I see people professing to be practicing a lot of stuff. But what I don't see, unfortunately, is the results of these things. I do not see any real progress, right? I see mostly division and I see chaos, right? I see a lot of chaos going on. So, um, what I'm wondering is, what is this a great turning point for the Black conscious community? Is because sometimes things must be torn down, right? Or things must go into chaos in order to create order, right? So sometimes upheaval and chaos needs to happen in order to build something better or something greater. Is this what we are seeing? Or is this the end, right? Because there was a time, for example, I'm going to mention Sarnetta and Sarnetta TV. There was a time when that particular channel, Black News 102, I think it was more prestigious. It was more respected, right? I think a lot of the teachers that appeared on, Sarnetta TV, Black News 102, and so on, I think they were revered by a lot of us. I think they were respected. And I think currently, not so much. That is the impression that's, if I'm reading the tea leaves, if I'm looking at it correctly, from my lens, what I'm seeing and what I'm seeing from others is that, they've lost a degree of respect for several of those people, you know. Um, Someone said, Nate said, focus on B1 actions first and everything else secondary. Yes, and that is the code. B1, right? CD Till says most deaf financially supported brother Ozone, brother Spite, and Supreme NFAC commander. Uh, I think you meant to say GMJ. Also, did right supporting bro Ozone. Okay, very good. BCCP. Thank you for your support of our good brother that is fighting for his life currently. Um, yeah, but it's essentially, Nate said there's always evolution. Old will be replaced by new. No one is infallible. Thank you for that last sentence. No one is infallible. No one is beyond reproach, man. That's the thing. No one. And some people, even though they say they are not, they behave as though they are beyond reproach. Some people cannot be questioned, right? I'm the person holding the funds for our brother Otto Wallace, and I can be questioned. People question me all the time, and I do not take offense to it because I am holding the funds to pay for his lawyer. And I understand that most people don't know me and they don't know my relationship with Ozone. So if people have questions, feel free to ask the questions. I never take offense. However, I've seen many people who become very defensive when a question is asked of them. And they also want to be leaders very badly. Now, I had a video on on my channel, on the Danger Remy channel, with very, very few subscribers. But I had a video titled No Gods, No Masters, No Leaders, right? I've since made that private. I've made most of my content private for specific reasons. But, you know, one of the reasons why I made that video is because I am one of those people that has also felt disillusioned with the Black conscious community. I have, fallen back from supporting people. I was a person that supported Brother Polite, and I stopped supporting Brother Polite before this these allegations came out. Not because I thought he was uh, behaving inappropriately with children. I didn't know anything about that, but for other reasons, taking people's money and not giving them what they paid for. Incidentally, though, I have said, understanding that these are allegations, but before these allegations, too many people said Polite took their money. So um I could not support somebody who had a bunch of people saying that he owed them money, right? And then you had the scam, people started calling him a scammer. So no, I find it also amusing, though, also that a lot of the people that supported Polite back in the day, that was rocking hard with Polite, that were around him a lot, they are now speaking against him, and they are behaving as though they did not know about any of these improprieties, or they were never fucking with Polite. They are implying, for example, the Minister Enki, right? Minister Enki is going and doing interviews, and he's throwing Polite under the bus, right? And perhaps Polite needs to be under the bus, right? But this guy at one point was him and Polite were inseparable at times, right? I remember Polite saying in the National Black Theater, I think it was, that you know if Enki did something wrong, that he would not admit it, he would still side with Enki, and that's how they will ride. They're gonna ride regardless of right or wrong. You understand? So I think it's interesting that somebody like Enki would criticize Brother Polite. But the thing gets deep, and it gets into maturity and people's motives and all that. You know what I mean? But what we're seeing is that, in fact, you have people who had been looked at as leaders, right? So when I made that video saying no gods, no masters, and no leaders, well, you don't have to agree with the gods thing, because I think most of us are tend to be religious to some degree, right? And I personally, I'm what you would describe as agnostic or atheist, right? So I cannot believe in God, but I can know God, right? Just like I know the air that I breathe and the water that I drink. So if God, appears to me, if I have an experience with what we are calling God, then I will know, but I cannot believe. Just the same way you cannot tell me something about somebody and I just believe and jump out the window on them. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have to check to see if what you're saying is true. Nevertheless, though, um, when I said no gods, no masters, and no leaders, is because I saw so much nonsense going on in what is considered the black conscious community. Irregardless of whether you're an Israelite, a Muslim, a 5%er, a Moor, or you subscribe to Kemetic teachings, or you subscribe to the Kabbalion, and you're dealing with what he did, whatever you're dealing with. You're dealing with ancestral magic, voodoo, whatever you're doing. I just saw so much chaos going on that I recognized that people wanted to be leaders too badly, right? People wanted to be a part of something, they want to be led. And here's the problem, that the mistake that I think we're constantly making, and why many of us are disillusioned now and will be disillusioned in the future. You know what I mean? Somebody say, how long you know Ozone? Since 2020, Kenny Black. Since I know Ozone from our time in the NFAC. Um, so that's how we linked up, and that's how before we ever went on a formation, a little bit before that, we had linked up and started moving together and dialoguing, and I mean, built a friendship. We were comrades. But yeah, we don't go back to high school days or anything like that, but I've known him for nearly 2 years now. Yeah, so essentially, a matter of fact, speaking of which, I gotta put this. Somebody please drop the Cash App in in the chat for me, please. Dollar sign ozone legal. Put that in there. Dollar sign. Uh, that's the cash app for anybody that want to donate to our brother. The cash app is there. Dollar sign ozone legal. The website is uh, we stand we stand at ozone.com. That's the website, and that is the only website to donate to our brother Ozone, because you know there's some shady stuff going on out here with that, even, you understand. But back to what I was saying in terms of what in terms of leaders, right? Beware of people, and I can tell you to beware because I've been around for a little while, right? I'm Generation X. So as a Gen Xer, I've seen some things. I'm a 70s baby. Um, so I can tell y'all some things. And I mean, I'm not new to this. I've seen a few things. So beware of anyone who wants to be a leader really bad. Okay? Beware of that. I think great leaders are always somewhat reluctant. I see a lot of internet, YouTube, Instagram leaders. They want to be a leader so bad, and they are filled with ego and narcissism and a whole bunch of personal issues that they obviously have not worked on, right? But they will be telling you, they will be motivating you, and they will be telling you all these fantastical things of how to make your life better. And yet, if you're paying attention, you will see that they're not working on themselves. And so anyone that you see is promoting, no, they're not necessarily going to say they want to be your leader. They don't say that. That would be too obvious. But they look at their behavior and you'll see that's what they want to be. They might use the word teacher. They want to be a teacher, and they might add master teacher to that very quickly, right? And they give themselves these titles. That's another thing to pay attention to. I give myself a title as master teacher, right? And I tell you that I'm grand this and grand that, and be careful of that. Because if I want to be that so badly, I might be a person that will want to be a leader by any means necessary. And sometimes it is difficult to know where I would be coming from, because my whole motive is to lead you to be famous, in a sense, to be known as a leader. Like I'm running for president, right? To show you how absurd it is, I had an individual who is obviously mentally ill said to me that he was going to challenge another person for the leadership of black people. Imagine that, y'all. A grown man now in his 30s saying he's going to challenge another man for the leadership of black people, that he was going to be the number one leader of black people. Who would say such a thing? I got to be making that shit up, right? Because nobody could be that crazy or that stupid, right? To think that one man could be the leader of black people. But that is what is going on in the minds of some of these wackadoos, right? The conscious community is filled with wackadoos, people with worm in their brains, maggots, okay? This is what we're facing. Strange folk has come among us, and we are easily duped into following strange folk because they talk slick, and we like that shit, and we like to be entertained. So the person that said he was going to challenge the other person to be the leader of black people like it was a fucking rap battle actually has followers. The individual actually has followers. People listen to that guy. Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis. How can that be? And we claim to be intelligent people. Oh, but they exist and we follow them. Matter of fact, we go into their Cash app and give them money to listen to them speak. I've never asked anybody on YouTube or any other platform for money until my brother had become incarcerated in Volusia County Jail, fighting for his day in court. The brother Otto Wallace. This is the first time I ever collected money on the internet for that, unless I was selling a product. That was different. Obviously, I was selling a product, but I'd never asked for donations from anyone. I'd never put a Cash app in. I was never doing lives, right? But I see so many lives, y'all, and we have a man that's facing a death penalty, and we're asking for help just to be able to tell his side in court now. Not asking you to say that he's a hero, not asking you to be on his side, not asking you to ride for him, not asking you to give your rent money, not asking you to give $500, just asking you to give what you can so he can tell his side, because we haven't heard his side. And we have not gotten a lot from most people who have heard about it. Big up, honor, salute to all the people. I think we have almost 900 people who have donated thus far. Some of those people have donated $1,000. Some of those people have donated $800. Some $600. Some $500. Some $250. Some $444. You know what I mean? Big up Sister Ophelia. I think her last donation was $444, right? And came back again and did that twice. You understand? Some people 3 times, because they understand the magnitude. They understand that when a black man is facing the death penalty and the victim or the alleged victim is a white person, since the year 2001, 178 black people have been put to death by death penalty when the victim was white. On the other hand, since the year 2001, 12 people have been put to death when the victim was black and the perpetrator was white. Obviously, the death penalty is used against black people as a weapon. Obviously, it is one justice for us and another justice for them, right? And so when we ask about our brother Otto Wallace, we have people bringing egos and silly shit when it is not about them. And we have people afraid to donate $1 perhaps, because they assume that, well, this shouldn't be. The black man should be the dead one, right? It shouldn't. He must have done something wrong. He's crazy. But we are the conscious community. We are B1, right? I go on platforms for people who say B1 on code all day. It breaks my heart, family. I go on their platform. They got 50,000, 200, 300,000 followers. And I put in their chat, I put in their comment section, could you please speak on our brother Otto Wallace? Help him to tell his side of the story. Can you look into the case? And these people delete my comment. B1 though, they delete my comment. I'm in the chat room. I mentioned Otto Wallace. Can you look into it? Hashtag Otto Wallace. Time out. I only put one comment now. I only put one comment, y'all. And they put me in timeout and delete my comment. But this is the B1, right? And I'm going to say names. Jason Black. Of course, I'm going to go to Jason Black with the brother Otto Wallace. Of course, I'm going to ask Jason Black if he's heard about it. Of course, I'm going to ask Jason Black, to speak about Otto Wallace. Of course, I am. He's B1, right? Jason Black is considered himself to be the black media. So of course, I'm going to go to the black media. And Jason Black put me in timeout for mentioning one time our brother Otto Wallace. Jason Black on their channel deleted my comment about our brother Otto Wallace. And that's how I know that what Michi X said is true. We only respect dead black people. And we don't know what to do when it's flipped. And there was a deadly situation involving a law enforcement officer and a black man. But this time it turned differently. And the black man survived. And it was possibly a matter of self-defense. Possibly. I'm only speculating. I was not there. But it's possible. And Jason Black deleted my comment and put me in timeout for mentioning Otto Wallace one time. And yet we're B1 now. And yet we're on code. I go to Professor Black Truth. Been subscribed to Professor Black Truth for years. Right? And have you heard of hashtag Otto Wallace? The brother, is accused of shooting the police officer. He has maintained his innocence. We're trying to raise funds so he can have his day in court. Comment deleted from Professor Black Truth. But Professor Black Truth is B1. And Professor Black Truth is on code. So is that what it means to be on code? Right? The B1 folks are a part of the conscious community also. Because there are degrees of consciousness. And they overlap. They overlap like circles overlapping. I forget the term. So a lot of people who are not necessarily lighting incense and burning sage and buying crystals and doing yoga, they mingle and watch the same content as people who are into more, basic fundamental things like politics, geopolitics, dealing with tangibles for black people, ADOS, FBA. Those people, they all come together, whether we realize it or not. They all share a lot of the same teachers. They all share a lot of the same content. So when someone like myself, who would be a part of the conscious community, comes and asks, and you delete my comment, that's kind of hurtful. Let me see what my family is talking about, because I don't want to just run my mouth. I want to get y'all input. So let me go through some of the chat and see what the family is saying. Dolores says too many of our people to not come up with Ozone's legal fees. Absolutely. We've seen them come up with money for way less, for things that are trivial. Dolores says again, just tell his side of the story and just simply stay alive. What is Ozone's life worth? To me, infinity and beyond. On that note, the website is westandwithozone.com. We're at about 51,000. We're trying to get to 75,000 in the next 10 days, y'all. Share the word. It's easy to just share westandwithozone.com. If y'all on Facebook, go into the groups and drop the link. We stand with ozone.com. Put a little paragraph, a little two sentences. Copy and paste it. Save it somewhere on your phone. So next time you can just copy and paste the link with what you already wrote. Hashtag Otto Wallace. Please speak about, have you heard about the brother Otto Wallace? Just drop it in there. It's easy. Just copy and paste it. Save it to your clipboard. The man's life, they're looking to give him the lethal injection. Yeah, keep putting the website and the Cashapp in the chat, please. Somebody Cryptonomics says, why you not talking about spite anymore? Only ozone. Sup with that? Okay, well, I will tell you, I don't know spite. I never spoke about spite. Okay, so to ask why you not talking about spite anymore, that's an incorrect question. It's phrased incorrectly because I never spoke about spite. This is Danger Remy. I know my brother Ozone. I don't know spite. I don't know what spite is about and why he did what he did. I know that my brother was facing life before Rainer died. So that has to be top priority, okay? What spite is facing is nothing near life. And now that Ozone is facing the fucking death penalty, it should be quite fucking clear, if one has half a brain, as why his friend would be focusing on him. I mean, come on. The death penalty by lethal injection. So yes, I'm focusing on him. I've always focused on him. I can't spread myself all over the place. If you look at what Grandmaster Jay is doing, he made his statement. We only care about raising funds for our Supreme Grand Commander. And that's what Jay is focused on. Grandmaster Jay is not talking about ozone. So I am carrying the torch for the brother Ozone. Okay? And big up to all NFAC members who have donated to Ozone. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about Grandmaster Jay. That's just the facts now. That's just the facts. Okay? He's concerned about his thing and what is going on with him. And him facing what he's facing with his charges. No regard for the brother Otto Wallace, who looked up to him and invested in him. One of his security detail, he was around Grandmaster Jay. It was a source of pride for him. Okay? And Grandmaster Jay is only concerned with his shit. So no, I'm not speaking on spite because I cannot do that. I have to focus on the man that was facing life and who is now facing death. So I would think that would be common sense. Big up to everybody who is supporting the brother Spite. Y'all continue to do that. Everybody's got to move differently. Everybody's have their job to do. Let's do it. Nate says, cowards, we got many of them among us. Where do we donate forbidden knowledge? I know you said that 10 minutes ago, but I know you see it in the chat now, Big up ADOS Truth. So it's we stand with ozone.com. That's PayPal. Hey, listen, when you go to we stand with ozone.com and you see the PayPal, you don't need a PayPal account. If you don't have PayPal, don't worry about it. Just click the PayPal button. And when you click the PayPal button, you'll be able to put in your credit card or debit card information. After you do that, you'll see an option to check out as guest. Just check out as guest. That's it. You don't need to have a PayPal account. On the other hand, if you have Cashapp and you want to donate via Cashapp, go ahead. It's $ozonelegal. Those are the only two places to go. If you go somewhere else, I don't have anything to do with that. My name is already being dragged by idiots that saying and suggesting that I'm involved in some type of impropriety and somebody did a GoFundMe. I don't know anything about a GoFundMe. We never set up a GoFundMe site. But I have some of the sisters on the lookout for people who might be, setting up things and collecting funds in the name of our brother Otto Wallace. We have to bring them, let them know where to send those funds, and let them know only we stand with ozone.com. It has to be centralized. So yeah, it's very disheartening when people delete your comment and put you in timeout just for mentioning, you know, um, just for mentioning the brother's situation. Um, Cryptonomics says, Dolores Taylor says, who spite was a part of the donations. Why why he not being talked about? Valid question. Spite was never a part of our Spite was never a part of we stand with ozone.com. Obviously the name is we stand with ozone.com. I mean, again, I wonder if niggas, I wonder if people can read basic English. You know what I mean? It says we stand with ozone.com. So it says we stand with ozone.com. It does not say we stand with spite. It says we stand with ozone.com. That's what it was created for. That's what it's for. Incidentally, cryptonomics, we have a guy running around the internet that was telling us that we should send 33% of what we raised for ozone. We should give it to him to give to the brother Spite. Make it make sense. A random nigger on Instagram is coming to us telling us that we should send him. First he said 10%, then he said 33%. Said he was some type of broker of lawyers and he was going to somehow help to make lawyer fees. He was going to manage the lawyer fees. Make it make sense, right? So again, I'm going to repeat, we never set up any donations for the brother Spite. Other people are doing that. Go and speak to those people. We never set up donations for Spite. That is it. I don't know Spite. So that's what it is, man. I don't know whether that satisfies you or not. That is the facts. We did not change from Spite to ozone. We did not remove Spite from anything. In fact, the brother Spite had raised some money on behalf of ozone before he became incarcerated himself. And those funds were also turned over to us because it was raised for ozone. And let's keep it 1,000. Nobody expected Spite to become incarcerated. Nobody expected Spite to leave from where he was to come to come to Florida. That shit threw everybody for a loop. So we set up funding for ozone before Spite became incarcerated. So how could we be setting up something for Spite? We were setting that up before Spite was incarcerated. All right, it says Cryptonomics says Remy OC the Great was talking about it. You on his channel, so I figure you as affiliated simmer down. Simmer down. I'm answering your motherfucking question, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm answering the question, but I mean your question is kind of goofy though. To keep it 100, question kind of goofy because, but all right, I get it. If you say you heard something from somebody else, because that's the thing, cryptonomics. Communication is the thing, right? And I have no problem communicating as long as a person is able to listen. My issue with people is once I find out if I find that you're a dunce and you're unable to listen or unwilling to listen, then I don't want communication. I don't want to attempt it because it is a waste of time. But yes, if you're sincere and you're sincerely asking, yeah, no problem. That if that's what you heard, so be it. You know what I mean? But I'm clarifying now that at no point did we ever, we were, www.westandwithozone.com was ever raising funds for Spite. Never. And Spite's wife turned over the money that was raised, that Spite had gathered for Ozone. They turned that over to us, and we've added it to the pot for Ozone. You know what I mean? So let me see who else is in here. Um, Ripton Gentle say, hey Remy, you and Bostock are doing what you have to do for Ozone. Someone else can do it for Spite. Shalom, bro. For Spite. Shalom, Black Power. Honors, Ripton. Honors. Exactly. And there are people out there working on Spite's behalf. You understand? So, I sense a degree of disingenu of being a person being disingenuous, because we never made such a claim, and I think that people know what's going on with Ozone, and they know the magnitude of it. They know the magnitude, because I think people know that he needs 150,000 for his lawyers. And so, how could somebody, how can somebody sincerely ask certain questions when we need 150 and we're only at 51, and the man is facing a death penalty? Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. What do you think what do you think is going to be the what is Spite facing? I'm not saying he's not facing shit, but what is he facing? Can it be compared to what the brother Ozone is facing for allegedly killing a white cop? So, don't be disingenuous, man. But yeah, if you heard some other things, man, that's the clarification. So remember, and please let other people know that I clarified it, or refer them to this live stream. Let them know what it is, because some people think all types of shit out here. AV Torres says, personally, I think Spite will be fine. Cops don't have shit on him anyway. He'll be okay. Thank you, sir. That's AV Torres. He definitely not facing what Ozone is facing. Dolores says, yes, he is, Jojo. He is definitely causing confusion. Sorry, man. Seems like that's what some people. AV Torres says, if the topic is ozone, why is he changing the topic? Dopey, evil spirit, no good intention there. Oh, man. Delta Defcon says, salute Boss Talk, Remy OC the Great. Salute Delta. JB says, another donation processed. Who else gonna donate $10 right now? Yeah, man. Let's get the donations up, y'all. The man's life is on the line. Lethal injection is what he's looking at. Let's get the donations up. Hit the Cashapp, $ ozonelegal, or go and do it on the PayPal, westandwithozone.com. Soul Journey of Light, the Light Dome, honors family. Thank you for stopping by. Says peace and blessings, family. Salute to you, brother. Black Pearl Incorporated says 1 million for a museum though within 2 weeks. y'all, y'all about this museum. But okay, so because you mentioned that, right? Let's get back to talking about, that's what I'm talking about, with the conscious community, right? And our love of leaders, personalities, and symbols. Why is one able to raise that amount of money so quickly for something that is largely symbolic? It's because people like that person's personality. And I'm not taking anything away from him in terms of the Hidden Color documentaries, because those were powerful, However, a lot of the other things that comes from that individual, is some of that shit is very immature, and divisive even. You understand? And there is no reason to get in your feelings if you like that personality. It's cool. You can like somebody and still critique them. Don't worship people. Don't worship them. You know what I mean? But that's what I think. That's the reason why. If you want to raise money, what you have to do is captivate black people. Make them fall in love with your personality. Make them laugh a little bit, and then they will be hitting the Cash App all the time. But at the same time, I acknowledge that Tariq Nasheed, he did the Hidden Colors documentary, and that was powerful. So, people that have been following him from that, you know, well, they're gonna ride with him because of that. So credit where credit is due. The Hidden Colors series were powerful, and I personally viewed a few of them, and I went to the theater for, I think, Hidden Colors 2 or 3, and that was a very powerful experience for black people. So I also understand that. So I'm not just gonna say, well, people just, Tariq Nasheed has not contributed anything, because the Hidden Color series were very powerful. Um, John Washington says, Black Power to you, Remington. You're a real soldier. All honors, John Washington. Appreciate your blood. Ripton Gentle say, I have donated to Ozone. Well, I have donated to Ozone when OC, and I think the rest of the message got cut off. But we appreciate you. I remember your name, as a matter of fact, Ripton. Bleak Gillian says, block me for what? Is this OC platform? I ain't say nothing to him or Remy. I don't know what's going on there, but Black Pearl says, real talk. All right, cool. Yeah, I think so. I've caught up. Yeah, that's the Cash App, y'all. Hit the Cash App for the brother. Um, $ ozone legal, or go to westandwithozone.com. If you've already donated, please share this live. Please share the website on your Facebook. Share it in Facebook groups. Share it wherever a link can be shared. You know what I mean? Put the website in your Instagram bio. You know what I mean? Like, all of those little things are helpful. We need all the help we can get. Tag somebody to the content on Justice for Ozone on IG. Okay, that's the main platform that we put stuff out, information about the brother. So tag people um, on videos and content on that channel. Simple thing like that. Tag 5 people that are high profile or have large following. That is helpful for the brother. Again, would you want, if you were in his shoes? I know that most of us would consider ourselves, it could never happen to us, but I would beg to differ. I'm not saying it could go down exactly like that, but you just never know. You understand? So if you were in a situation, maybe not the same but similar, and you were looking at many years in prison, okay, maybe you're not looking at death penalty, but maybe you're looking at 10, 20 years. Would you want me to take 5 minutes out of my day to tag somebody to try to help your fundraising efforts, to help you get a lawyer? Would you want that? Or would you want me to act like, that's too much to ask? Infinite Power says attention span is 8 seconds. 7.5. Oh, man. Yeah. Let me see what else is going on up here. Yeah, don't bring the dopey thing around here, though. Yeah, Nate Black says, focus, dude, listen more and talk less. That's the issue, man. That's the issue. Boss Talk says, Cryptonomics, why are you even here? Y'all don't talk about ozone on Clown Show TV. Y'all don't give a fuck about ozone. Yeah, so that's why I say I suspect that person is being disingenuous. And so even as somebody is facing death, I think that some people just want to be, a aggregator, or somebody who is just here to kind of stir up some things and divert us. And that is why it is titled "What's Going On with this Conscious Community," right? Because we see somebody like, like y'all are talking about, this person Cryptonomics. We see these kind of personalities that come into something that is not about them and seems to be making it about them, and also seem to be all about fun and games when it is inappropriate to be about fun and games, right? We see that, and that makes you wonder, like, where somebody's consciousness is. Where is your consciousness? Where is your conscience? Because you're here and you're being disingenuous, right? You're asking questions and you're being facetious. And that is a part of what is wrong with the conscious community. We're not genuine. We have a lot of fake folks. We have a lot of people with ulterior motives. We have a lot of selfish people. We have a lot of people who want to be leaders for the sake of being leaders. We have too many of them. And then you wonder, you have a large following and you can't get people to do anything because a lot of people are following you simply for the tea, for the gossip. Gossip, nigga, just stop it. Right? A lot of us are here for that. Even when a man's life is on the line, it's not to be taken seriously even then. But if one day your black ass find yourself in that situation, these moments will come back to haunt you. Yes, they will. They will come back to haunt you. Who has we send with ozone t-shirts, Mr. Black? That's on I know my sister Blaze does have a site for merchandise. She has shirts and cups and stuff. So I forgot the name of the site. Forgive me for that, but um I wish Blaze was in the chat so she could drop that. But yeah, we do have a site for merchandise too. And we need to make some new stuff. So I'll say this to y'all also in regards to ozone. We might have to go with some another firm other than Funk and Diamond. As we are running out of time, and October 29th is fastly approaching, right? So we might have to end up going with somebody that is going to cost less, that has less experience. I don't want that to be the case. You know, can we get to $75,000 in 10 days? Because if we can do that, I know that we can raise another 75,000 in a month. And we might be able to ask Funk and Diamond to get started for 75,000 and wait on another 75,000, give us 2 months to get another 75,000. That's how I would approach them. But we have to get the donations back up because right now it is definitely plateaued. I appreciate you, Ripton Gentles. All honors, good brother. All honors. Appreciate every dime, man. For some people, it's a real sacrifice. And that's why I take offense to people playing games. Don't play any games here. We're not here to do gossip and we're not here to do Jerry Springer shit. I am not here to entertain you, as I said. Boss Talk says, Remy, please block Gilliam. He's steady trying to down me and Delta. He is he is against me. Oh man. I don't even know how to block people, bro. But you know, I didn't see what he said. He said up there, he said, Gilliam said, maybe we could consider giving the people something for their donation some kind of merch, T-shirt or whatever. Okay, so I'm kind of scrolling back up, y'all. Forgive me, I'm kind of catching up with some of the stuff that I missed. Yeah, so we do have a merch site, like I said. What is that? I'm gonna tell you all what that is real quick. Hang on a second. I'm gonna drop that in the chat real quick. Just give me a few seconds. Um, okay, here it goes. And I don't know why it's taking so long. But that link right there has all, yeah, that link right there has all of Ozone's all the sites concerning Ozone. It has it has it has his donation site. It has the petition. Y'all can sign the petition for Ozone on what's it called? The petition site where you sign on for people to help them. And it also has the merch store. I'm gonna drop the merch store separately in the chat so y'all can check that out. Yeah, change.org. It has a change.org site. So when you click that link, you'll see the change.org on the donation site and Black Intelligence Alliance Creator. That's the merch site. So I'm gonna put the merch site in here. Um, okay, that right there, Black Intelligence Alliance. That is the site that has some T-shirts and some cups and stuff on there. So, y'all can check that out as at your leisure. But while we're seeing, I should take this down because it's not like y'all can click on it. Yeah, so dealing with the conscious community, dealing with what is happening to the
Peace to the gods. Remy will be right back. Just want to holler at y'all for a second. I'm not sure exactly what happened. What's going on, God? How y'all doing out there? Can y'all hear me? You live? Can you hear me? All right. Let me see what's popping. Can you hear me? Yeah, y'all should be able to hear me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Peace to the gods. So look, check this out. Until Remy come back, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but you know how it be. You know. So what I have going on with this platform, I'm gonna have different people to pop up on the platform. I may have a set schedule when it comes to these different individuals. So stay tuned to that. This is just one of the first entries. Remy takeover. And we're gonna have some other people to take over as well. So what I realized is just like what someone mentioned when it comes to spite and when it comes to other stuff that's going on. I don't want to be just one dimensional. So what I'd rather do is just have different people to come up to the platform and pretty much express how they feel, express what they want to get out, and promote what they want to promote. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to be on. That's what's popping. So if you're interested in hopping on the platform, of course, I'm going to check you out and see if it's something good to do. And so definitely email me, OCTheGreatTV@gmail.com. How y'all been? It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, let me see what's going on with the brother. Y'all bear with me. Give me just a second. And by the way, y'all go ahead and donate. And it's still we have mad love for Spite. You know what I'm saying? It's freespite.com. I will have eventually I will have his wife on the platform to basically explain everything that's going on with Spite. So let me see something. Let me see what's going on with Brother Remy. I'm gonna be right back. All right, matter of fact, let me go ahead and play something real quick. Let's do this.
Malcolm Garvey Huey, study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Their life was like a movie. Study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey. Their life was like a movie. I live, I die, I organize. Everything I do's revolutionize. I build what's good for the whole damn hood. Study G's like these, really think you should. I study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey. Monster Cody with the Uzi. Listening to Fela Kuti. I'm Ogun with the machete. Especially if it's deli. Got the Santos for the Hexy to protect me, so respect me. This is heavy, legendary, revolutionary. My wifey, she resurrect me when they thought they had me buried. Took me out the cemetery, now it's family over every. Cause it's all that's necessary to avoid the commissary. I'ma live for you 5, so I stop getting high. If you know, then you recognize it's that black and brown pride. This the power of the mind, RBG, God divine. You can see through the lies if you can read between the lines.
I live, I die, I organize. Everything I do revolutionize. I build what's good for the whole damn hood. Study G's like these, really think you should.
Study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey. Study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey.
Malcolm Garvey Huey, Bunchy, Bobby, Pac, and Tukey. Sitting by the door so you can say I'm acting spooky. Just like in the movie, son, you better pack your toolie. Niggas switch be acting fruity, you'll be cracking like they pookie. Rather smoke a doobie than be burning and eluding. Bang, bang, pig shooting, we should blame Rudy Julie. Yanny for the camera, shine a white and nose candy. Let you banging on the system, you a gangster wearing panties. RBG, my family from the Bronx to Miami. Police cannot stand me, Pacquiao like a Manny. Call me Little Bobby Hutton, cause I'm first to push the button. Rappers don't be saying nothing to the system, we say fuck them. This is for the Honda, Mama C, Mama Akua. All the real OGs, I'm a soldier cause you told me study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey, I'm reporting in the duty.
Sticky, icky, yours truly here for duty. Don Davino, M.A. Uno, you know how we drop the jury. This is real, not a movie, not Mickey, Donald, Goofy. I'm a soldier, I avoid a bitch nigga like the cooties.
School face in a hoodie.
Fresh pair of khakis, we could do this like we fama. Go to war like the Apaches for whatever, I stay ready. I learned that in Tallahassee. Babatunde used to school me as a juvie, skipping classes. Never let the system use me. My duty is my passage. Watch the homies in your army, they don't always show their badges. Keep your family living healthy. Teach your children about their blackness. Teach your wifey how to use the ratchet. This shit is classic. Get your food, clothes, and shelter. Fuck the system, pimp it backwards. I ain't hating, I'm just saying if you wanna be a rapper, study
Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey. Study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey. Study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey. Study Malcolm Garvey Huey. Malcolm Garvey Huey.
A tactical approach is designed to get certain.
All right, we back. Let me switch this around. Yeah, so I'm gonna hold it down till Remy come back. You know, he's having internet problems all of a sudden. We already know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? So let me see what questions that we got today, because I know y'all got some questions. The brother been giving us some information, especially what's going on. The interesting thing, what's going on with the conscious community. You feel me? And I'm gonna tell you this. I had to take a seat back. I'm like, yo, what is going on? You know what? I need a break. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like way too much stuff going on. And I'm not really with that. You know what I'm saying? The internet stuff, the fakeness of different people out there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me take a step back. Let me meditate. Let me get my mind right, because maybe I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? So let me take a step back. And I'm still gonna take it easy, because some of this stuff for real, it can make you go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people that you think you could trust, but you really can't. You know what I mean? It's a lot of clowns in this. I mean, it's some real stuff. So I mean, I got things going on, right where I'm at. I'm like, yo, instead of focusing on all this other stuff, I do want to do my part, but I also want to do my part for my own tribe in my own city. You know what I'm saying? So instead of going crazy, because I could definitely do that. It may not seem like it. Instead of going crazy, let me just pay attention to, the people that's around me. Let me put more of my energy towards the people that's around me. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I'm on. And I'm going to keep it 100. I got some ideas that I'm going to put out. A lot of people may not be happy with it as well. But, I'm at the point, I just got to be me. I don't really give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So, but we gonna get it in like that. What questions y'all got? Let me see. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me let Remy back in. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I don't know. We shouldn't have to do another code to get in, but I guess that's what it is. Let me see what's popping. All right. So Remy about to come back in, but until he come in again, what questions do we have up there? You know, what's up? I heard somebody was talking about somebody was stealing money, stealing ozone's money or something. Who in here saying that? Because I'm down for blocking people for some bullshit. But who's saying that? That somebody stealing money? OC stealing money. I ain't even over the website. I ain't even over that Cashapp. Now what? But who's saying that? What's up? Yeah, so um, the brother boss talk. I gotta holler at you, man. You know what I mean? Like it's some stuff. But we'll get into it. But am I doing another fundraiser? Not a 24-hour one. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not a 24-hour one. Matter of fact, we still kind of doing a $200 one. We need 550 people to do $200. You know what I'm saying? 550, and we got a donor that can actually give some whoever, a lucky person, some bread just for that, because that donor actually thought of that. The donor thought of the lottery type thing and say, hey, if you can put this out, I'll be able to give somebody $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Out of my pocket, not out of the fundraising money. So I'm like, all right, let me put that out, because we need to have different strategies and different ways, so people could do what they need to do. Some people need that extra motivation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with Remy. I don't know what's going on with Remy. He shouldn't have to. I wonder if he's starting a whole new. Hold on. Let me see what's popping. Matter of fact, what other questions do we got? You know what I'm saying? I know some people left thinking there was something going on with the live. Come on back in. Come on back in. I think we was at 100 or something. So let's get that popping again. You know know what I'm saying? But what? I'm for the smoke too. So if you got questions or cryptonomics or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let me see something. Hey, salute, John Washington. Yeah, you know, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. So, all right. So, I mean, what's up? Y'all talk to me. How y'all feel about the lottery thing? You know, $200, then somebody can win 1,000. How y'all feel about that? Hold on. Somebody got a question. Let's see. Say I live in London. We can start a GoFundMe over here. So, I mean, the only thing about that is the trust of certain people. You know what I'm saying? So if it could go in the right hands, then I'm with that. But you know, it's already some people that started a GoFundMe that don't even know anybody of this movement. You know what I'm saying? They just started going. And some other people just have ill intentions. So it's kind of iffy. It's kind of iffy when it comes to just out of nowhere, just raising money and nobody know who you are. Nobody know you for real. Know your intentions. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would say instead of a GoFundMe, if you wanted to do like some type of fundraiser and then just whatever cash that you get, just go ahead and dump it, into that website or the PayPal. You know what I'm saying? Not PayPal, but the website or Cashapp. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I seen people do different things for that police officers. They was selling lemonade. They was selling all types of stuff just to raise some money. I mean, sure, we could do the same thing. You know what I mean? So you got somebody that's real good with, making some Kool-Aid or something. You know what I mean? You can make some real fire red Kool-Aid, sell it, and there'll be fundraiser for ozone. Then, hey, you know what I mean? The great Kool-Aid, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need to do. You know what I mean? To help out. You know. So it said, who's the lawyer? We say, who's the lawyer the money for? I don't really understand the question. Say, who's the lawyer? They going for Funk and Diamond. You know what I'm saying? Out in Florida. You know what I mean? So you can look them up, Funk and Diamond. And I forget, it's actually three attorneys. So it's Funk, then it's some type of I don't know, German name or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. So, and then Diamond is the other one. You know what I mean? So they, like I say, they want 150. You know what I'm saying? 150K right out the bat. And in my opinion, I feel like they just kind of said something. You know how white folks are when they don't really mess with you. They throw out a number. It's like, hey, take that. So that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's how much they really worth, but what I do know is they are the best out there in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So they was definitely recommended. You know what I mean? That's who Ozone wants, is them, because they gonna handle business. You know what I mean? Hold on. So the brother's back. Let me see where he at. Nah, he ain't back up. I don't even know what's going on now. He said he's back. So what I'm gonna do, if you listening, my brother Remy, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and share this link because I have no idea where you at because I definitely don't see you unless you add yourself on or something. Man, I'm on my phone, y'all, so bear with me. So Remy, you gotta add yourself on if you in here. Like I don't see you. I don't see you, God. Where you at, God? I'm about to show you the link though, so you can just tap in from the link. We'll do it like that, you know. Yeah, so go ahead and pop in if you can. If not, I'm gonna text you that link. But yeah, we got some shows coming for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got some shows coming. It's gonna be some stuff popping, and it's definitely gonna be some things that's too hot for YouTube. So we're gonna have to build a whole nother platform, and I'm gonna bring y'all over there. Too hot for YouTube. So I think Remy is gonna come on back. Just sent him a link so he can go ahead and finish up. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest, I wasn't really trying to be on here. You know what I'm saying? So, but I wanna hold it down for the brother so he come back on. You know. So hold on, let me see what's up. Hold on. Pardon me.
I can't. Uh, Hey, yeah, I can't hear shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna go out and come back in. You can hear me? All right. I can't hear you, but all right, peace. All right, y'all can hear me. Okay. Somebody said no sound though, but y'all can hear me in the chat. If y'all can hear me in the chat, put a one. If y'all hear me in the chat, drop a one. As I see some people saying no sound. If y'all can hear me, put a one in the chat. I guess they can't hear me, OC. Or all right, they can hear me. All right, cool. I can't hear you, bro, but all right, they can hear me. So I don't know what's up, man. But sabotage, you know what I mean? I guess they don't want me to. They don't want us to say shit. But yeah, but you know what? What I wanted to say to folks real quick too is listen. I know a lot of stuff go on in this conscious community thing. A lot of stuff go on with black people in general. You know what I mean? And you know, we try to remind people that this is bigger than ozone. It's bigger than Otto, Wallace. This is about all of us. You know what I mean? As black people in general. But here's a little bit of advice from my OG. You know, somebody who's been around for a little bit of time, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Consider where you're trying to go, because the conscious thing, it can go in a lot of different ways, right? There's a lot of levels and streams. There's a lot of ways you can go with consciousness, right? So I think we should ask ourselves before we get caught up into personalities, because here's the thing, black people. I think we can waste a lot of time in rooms where we don't belong. You know what I mean? You ever see people, obviously y'all seen it, and we've all done it, right? We've all been in a chat room, a literal chat room, and even a physical room with some people talking about some stuff that didn't pertain to us, and we didn't belong there. And in fact, it might have been a danger to our existence and where we're trying to go in life. So my suggestion to y'all is be careful, like know where you're trying to go, right? Where are you going in your consciousness? Like, what is the end game? Are you just trying to listen to a bunch of people say some shit that sounds good to you, and they talking about melanin and black people, and they tell you about some black history? That's cool, but after that part, right? After you get some pride and you get into some self-love and all that, where are you going though? Like, what physical acts are you going to do in life, right? For example, maybe you want to build a community. Maybe you look around you and you're surrounded by dead people, and you want to be around people that are more aware. Well, how are you going to find the people that resonate, that share your values? Because everyone that's conscious is not going to be on the same path that you're going. So my suggestion is don't waste time. Don't waste too much time on people just because, you know what I mean, they came into your view. If they're not going where you're trying to go, just let them be, man. Let them live, and just go find the people that are doing the shit that you're trying to do. Because I do see a lot of time being wasted. I see a lot of people coming around. For example, honors to, you know, everybody who is a Hebrew Israelite in this chat right now. But because I don't subscribe to being an Israelite, I'm not necessarily going to come and bother Hebrew Israelites, right? But I'm not going to just be sitting around listening to a bunch of stuff from Hebrew Israelites either, because I'm doing something else. Somebody said no sound. But everybody, I think it's just you, Donaldo. But you have to be able to find the people that are doing things in real time with you. Are you a person that's trying to buy land? Are you trying to own property? Are you recognizing that there's a change on this earth, that there's a natural mystic, like shit is happening, right? There's a quickening, things are moving fast, and we need to prepare. All right, Boss Talk, you can hear me. All right. So I don't know what's up with that one person. I don't know. But all right, cool. Sound is good. Prepare, y'all. We're running out of time. We really are. Like, y'all don't realize, but soon you see goods are skyrocketing. The price of food is going up, right? And you see that there are problems with shipping. We get a lot of our food is imported from different countries via shipping, ships, containers. You saw what happened a few months ago when that one big ship blocked the canal and got a whole bunch of other ships to be backed up, right? There is so much going on in terms of the supply chain with food. There is so much going on in terms of The biggest thing is the climate, what's going on the earth. Some of it is man-made and some of it is natural. But all of it is going to affect us. And it is going to affect the people who are least prepared. We need to become prepared to be more self-sufficient. So while we're sitting around getting into debates and doing symbolic shit, and we're not putting in, like the Promised Land 444 said, we need to start pooling our money, buying land in the USA for sale. Yes, we have to begin to do things. There's drought, flash floods, and it's happening more frequent, y'all. And it's happening over there in Europe, Turkey, China. I mean, shit is crazy. Just like a torrent, a river just coming through town, just taking houses. Scary shit, right? And what is happening, all of that is going to affect food. It really is. And black folks over here, you know, just talking about a bunch of shit that's not even relevant. They're not ready. We don't know how to grow shit. We just out here talking though. You know, so while I'm saying those who are conscious, who claim to be conscious, we getting into all these tits and all this shit, all this chaos, and people doing all this wackadoo shit. If you seen how Polite went from dashikis to Versace, I mean, cool, you out here flossing and all that, but bro, the rest of your family is fucked up. You understand? And so we got to get ours to be focused, man. A lot of the shit, even with the police that we get into, is sometimes it's people being out here in the streets that don't need to be in the streets, man. I see a lot of people just out here, just kind of randomly wandering around, man. That's how you get into shit. You're in places where you're not even supposed to be. And you think somebody who grow food is something to look down on, like you would never do farming. But nigga, you gotta eat. There is nothing more important than food, water, and air. And we out here belittling that. That shit is lunacy. We out here talking about, you know, cryptocurrencies and flying cars. All that shit is cool, but not before air, food, and water. Not before air, water, and food, man. And we not growing shit. I met somebody who thought that apples, that potatoes grew on trees like apples. She didn't know. She didn't know that potatoes grow under the dirt. And we scaring our children from playing in the dirt, making them sterile, weakening their immune system. Everything come true knocks us down. And that goes for the conscious people too. Sickly people, weak. Ripped and Gentle say don't know what the end results will be until it comes knocking on your door. Black people, live up. Yeah, don't wait till the shit come knocking on your door, because when it comes, it's too late. We can't galvanize and gather together. We have to make contingency plans now. We need all our soldiers. We need people who know how to build. We need people who are experts with weapons. We need everyone. We need healthcare. We need somebody who can splint and patch, fix broken bones and all of that. We need people who can weld, who can make things. And what I see is people fucking playing games, playing around. I saw how Polite went Hollywood. I see a nigga talking about Polite that was rolling with Polite. You know, wearing shades indoor with fucking Jordans around his neck. I don't understand what that is. I don't understand how that is helpful.
And then I also see others talking about chakras and stuff, and it's like it's impractical to a lot of people to go deep into spiritual things when they don't have the fundamentals. They're not taking care of their physical body. They don't know how to have basic, how to eat properly. A lot of y'all are fucking bonkers. You come on social media saying all types of weird shit. You say wild shit that can put you in prison. And why you're doing it? Because you're not well. And nobody can tell you that shit because you won't listen. But everybody can see it clear as day. They just don't want to say it. Some of us are dealing with substance abuse issues. And that includes weed, y'all. The weed that y'all smoking now is a bunch of fucking genetically modified hybrid shit. We got all these wild names, pineapple this, purple that. You don't know where your weed is coming from. Anyone who has a mental illness in their family, if you have a cousin, brother, mother, father, sister that has schizophrenia, you shouldn't get high, period. But nobody probably told you that. Why you shouldn't be smoking? Because you stand a greater risk of developing a mental disorder because it is in your bloodline already. And that's just fucking facts. But I see a lot of us just running around copycatting people, and we high all day, but we're not productive. And if you ask people that I know personal, they'll tell you, I'm always talking about that shit right there. You got to know what you're doing. Anything that you depend on is controlling you. When I was coming up, nobody was hooked on weed. Nobody smoked all day. Now you have people who can't function unless they're high. That is a problem. We can't build shit with you. And I still love you, but we can't build shit with you. I have tried. You won't fucking show up. You won't show up on time. And when you're not high, you're grumpy as shit. You're agitated. You're moody. You want some fuck shit. Because you're addicted to weed. I didn't know that shit was possible. But the shit y'all smoking now is different. And I'm saying all of that to say we also need a degree of discipline. And we need to check our mental state, bro. And we also have to understand that sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. So we come on social media and we collide. And we have these little personas and we doing all this shit. It's not even necessary. We talking in circles. That's why I don't engage with a lot of people, because they'll talk you in circles and they won't listen to a word you're saying, and everything you're saying is basic shit. 2 + 2 is 4. Add 2 more, we got 6. They trying to tell you it's 19. You know, just like the person that came in and was asking why we not raising funds for somebody who might, at the most, might be looking at a year in jail versus somebody who's looking at the death penalty. That's crazy shit. You understand? And then people upset with me when I tell them to refrain from certain types of languages when they speak about bro, because they're going to use it to condemn him. Understand this. They can subpoena you. We who speak about Ozone online, they can subpoena you to show up in court based on shit that you've said, that I have said. They can order you to come to court to use you against that man, to ask you questions that require a yes or no answer that they can use against him. That is possible. So when I tell people to cool out with certain things, It's not about me. It's not about me trying to boss nobody or trying to down anybody. I'm looking at it from a legal standpoint, from common sense and without ego. And it's too many quote unquote conscious people for us to still be in the state that we are. I hear about some of y'all, some of the exploits that some of y'all go through, and I'm like, wow, how is that even possible? How are you pro-black and strong and all this stuff, and you going through this shit? How are you going through all this wackadoo shit and you can't get control of it? It's not just them, it's you. You have shit to deal with, and you need to deal with your shit. And that is at the crux and the heart of what is wrong with the so-called conscious community and the so-called pro-blacks and the hoteps and whatever, the B1s, the ADOS, the foundational Black America, whatever you want to call Islam, Moors, Israelites, all of us are sick. We got issues. Okay? When I was an Israelite, 'cause I used to be an Israelite. When I was an Israelite, I knew people that were hooked on drugs, that was on coke. A couple of people were actually abusing crack cocaine. People had all types of issues, and they weren't being addressed. And the truth is, y'all might not like me saying it, but you're not going to pray that away. You're not just going to read a scripture. If you're having thoughts about messing with children, you're not just going to read a scripture to get rid of that. You need help from other people, from real people. If there's a supreme being that put you here, that being is not there to just be interjecting in your life and fixing shit for you. That being expect that you work out your own shit. Self-awareness is the biggest problem among us, man. We're conscious of all the wrong things. Hey, boss talk, you're allergic to apples. Hey, I get it, man. I get it. Well, you might say apples are good for you. Well, here's the thing. You know, some people are allergic to peanuts, some people are allergic to wheat, and so on. But, you know, that's food. Food come in a vast variety, right? So you have a lot of alternatives to choose from in terms of food. So if I'm allergic to nuts, well, I just don't eat nuts, but I eat potatoes and apples and other things that don't bother me. Weed is not food. So the only substance that you should be taking in on a daily basis is air, water, and food. Anything outside of that is extra. And you have to know what you're doing with that and what results you want from that. Now, maybe I'm using weed because I'm dealing with anxiety. So what I'm getting at is a lot of us don't even know why we smoke and why we smoke a lot. Like we don't even think about it, right? And the same thing if I'm drinking a lot of alcohol. What is it that I'm using the alcohol for? Same thing if I'm using a lot of caffeine. Caffeine is a drug too. Sugar. Some people are addicted to sugar. I know I was. Some people are addicted to the combination of sugar and caffeine. That fucks you up too. That's how I ruined my sleep, right? To where my sleep became so bad, I was such an insomniac that I started feeling pains in my heart, in my, you know what I mean? like from started 10 years ago. I was wondering if something I was gonna like have some type of heart attack or some shit at 30 plus, because sleep is extremely important. And when you abuse caffeine, you're gonna throw off your whole circadian rhythm, depending on your genetics. Some people can drink coffee and go to bed. Don't ask me how the fuck that is possible, but they can. But most people can't. Caffeine is an upper, and some people are very sensitive to caffeine, and I'm one of them. And I used to abuse caffeine. So understand, I'm not picking on people that smoke weed. There's many substances you can abuse. Just understand that you are abusing a substance. Again, it's not about ego. So no one in the talk, this is where y'all are become very childlike and you are downing somebody. It's not about downing anyone. This is constructive criticism so we can grow. When you were 12, you thought you knew some shit. You got to 16 and realized you didn't know shit. Thought you knew some shit at 17, got to 19 and realized, fuck, I was on at 16. Right? You get into your 20s and you swear you know everything, and you won't listen to constructive criticism. And you don't realize that when you get to your 30s, you're going to realize the fuck shit that you was on in your 20s. And so it goes on the journey of life. So it is not about putting anyone down for using any substance. It is asking them to look into it, though, as to why they're using it and why they're overusing it. Because some people have used substances, including marijuana, for medicinal purposes. But what I'm seeing is a great deal of recreation. And I'm seeing a lot of people with anxiety using marijuana to cope with their anxiety. And I'm asking you, when are you going to treat the underlying cause of your anxiety? When are you going to get at that demon right there? As Ure says, everything is modified, including the food we eat, fruits too. They aren't what they were before we started experimenting. Plus Monsanto, indeed, out here selling farmers useless seed. Nothing is pure. You're right about that shit. That Monsanto shit is evil. They're selling people seeds that are sterile, that you can only plant once, that they have a patent. These bastards have a patent on seeds. And you can only grow something from them once, and then the seed is no good. So you have to then go back to this giant corporation to buy more seeds. That's evil. But we're not talking about those things because we're busy bickering with one another. Busy trying to get red bottoms and some goofy shit. And the world is steadily changing and falling apart around us, and we're not paying any attention until that shit boop upside our heads. So you still have some pure stuff out here, Azure. You still have some heirloom seeds. You can still find heirlooms. And the thing about being genetically modified too, to be fair, man has been doing that for quite some time. You know what I mean? Because the truth is, a lot of the fruits and vegetables that we eat now, had we not modified them, they wouldn't be worth eating. Like the original avocado was maybe that small. That circle there. Very little in there. So man had been messing with that, for hundreds of years to bring the avocado to the size that it is now. Same thing with tomatoes and apples. Apples were very small and sour. So we human beings have been genetically modifying things going way back to biblical days, grafting and all that. So that's what we do, for better or for worse. But there comes a point where we've gone way too far. and we're going too far. When you start taking the DNA of animals and putting it into tomatoes, I say you're going too far. Roger Jones says, I hope they are listening to the basic truth that you are giving. That is my intention also, Roger. Jojo says, tell the truth about it. A lot of our people are controlled by substances and can't think for themselves. Absolutely. I'm sometimes frustrated because I'm among people and everybody is smoking. And they lose their inhibitions and they collide with one another. People start having sex with people that they shouldn't. And they just create a bunch of chaos out of it. And then people are at odds and people become enemies and all these things. And it's like, well, you were always in a haze, man. Whatever happened to meditation? Whatever happened to using herbs, for spiritual reasons? Now we just laying back on the couch, just blunt off the blunt, dirty ass blunts, dirty paper with chemicals, just taking weed from anybody, not growing shit. You don't know where that came from. You don't know what substances were sprayed on that to keep the scent down while it was being transported. Boss Hog says, Kirk, you are using the vocabulary of the watchdog. Yeah, don't even acknowledge that person, Boss Dog. Y2K Enyon says, no, that's everybody. Delores says, thank you. People ain't listening. Yeah, well, back home in Jamaica, old folks used to say, he who can't hear will feel. So, or as they say over here, hard head makes soft ass. So Dolores says, how can people be pro-black and doing some stupid shit? Indeed. Boss Talk says, we still getting everything done. Wins and losses with L in our hand. Super obvious. It's not an issue. All right, well, what I'll say to that is, if it's working for you, Boss Talk, if it's working for you, but I see many people who that is simply not working for. And I can tell you that it's not working for the majority of us. Most niggas are smoking L's and laying the fuck around. That's what they're doing. So, and that's another reason why you should get to know you. Like, for example, I couldn't do what you do. I would not be able to function. There's a reason why I don't do that. Because I used to participate. Well, I saw that it was just literally destroying my brain cells. Because whether we regard it or not, everything has two sides. So you do have side effects from smoking marijuana. From putting smoke into your brain, you are going to face some repercussions for that, because smoke does not belong in the brain or the lungs, regardless of what plant that is coming from. When you burn something, you create carcinogens, and carcinogens are cancerous. So I'm not saying that's the same as a cigarette, no, but just understand that when you put smoke in your lungs, it doesn't belong there, right? And if you do a lot of that, don't be surprised if one day, if you have to run for your life, your lungs are damn near useless. You know what I mean? So you're not going to be that athletic doing that on a regular. But if it works for you and you're able to function and you're seeing benefits, by all means. But what a lot of people are doing is they're mimicking people, and shit is not working for them. I was on some absent-minded shit. I was flying in. I'm coming in from Kingston, right? I'm on a flight. Smoke a big head spliff. Put that all in my brain. Get on the plane. I'm higher than the plane. I'm floating on the ceiling. I'm under my seat, right? I land at the airport. I'm in Charlotte. I walk into the women's room, the women's bathroom, to go take a piss. I see two white ladies standing at the sink. I still keep going. Like, I say hi to them, and I'm wondering what the fuck they doing men's bathroom. These women crazy. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna go to the stall and take a piss. And then they're like, "Excuse me," and I'm like, "Huh? What? Oh shit! I'm the one that's in the women's room. They're not in the men's room. High as a kite, right? I'm standing at the carousel waiting for my bag, and everybody get their bag. I got a black bag, and the last bag is on the carousel, and I'm the last person standing at the carousel at the baggage claim, looking at one black bag go around the carousel. I'm just standing there watching it go around. But on that bag had a white sticker, because sometimes TSA they put this white sticker on there. Guess that means that they searched your bag or whatever. And I give up. I'm like, damn, they left my bag in Kingston. I'm pissed off. I go to baggage claim, and I'm complaining that my bag didn't come on the flight. Dude comes out of the airline baggage place, and he walks back to the carousel. He picks up the last bag still on the carousel, and he reads my name. Because I saw my bag wasn't. Oh yeah, some other bag is sitting on the carousel, but that shit is not mine. And he reads my name, and I feel this small. And he just look at me and shake his head like, idiot. That's what weed was doing for me, personally. When I used to record songs, dancehall reggae. That's my genre. I've performed on stage. I had a song played on the radio. I've seen people dance to a song that I made in the club. I've had that pleasure. You know, I never really did anything with it. You know what I mean? I kind of just fizzled out and kind of gave up on it. But when I was a recording artist, I never smoked and then go record. And everybody else would. But once I did that a few times, I knew it didn't work for me. It gave me a vibe. It gave me too much of a downer. It made me feel too underneath water. Blaze. There's my sister right there. The Blaze and Barbie said, "Oh man, where did that comment go? That was quick." Funk and Diamond won 150K up front. No more negotiations. Once the officer passed, the stakes increased. Yes, that's what our brother is looking at. He's looking at the death penalty. And that's part of the reason why I mentioned all of that shit about weed and all of that, right? To come back to consciousness and awareness. What are you trying to do? Be aware of yourself. If something doesn't work for you, don't participate in it. Leave it for those who it's working for. Don't kid yourself. If you're standing up for ozone, if you understand that a man's life is important, a man who's facing a death penalty, then stay focused and do not allow ego and silly motherfuckers to take you off your focus. We need to raise the money. If we cannot raise it in time, we're going to have to go with a less experienced lawyer that charges less. And so, therefore, we now increase the chance of his life being in greater jeopardy, of him, you know, we reduce his chance of winning somewhat. Now, I'm not saying a less experienced lawyer can't win, because obviously they can. Everybody was inexperienced at the time. Funk and Diamond didn't start out with all this experience, so they were inexperienced at the time. And so we keep that in mind too. One of the lawyers that we're looking at right now is a black lawyer. Been at it for 2 years. He won some cases, but nothing like this. But he's defended people, somebody that shot someone. One civilian shot another civilian. The person that shot the other person had a licensed firearm, but he had gotten a charge, and he got that charge. That this black lawyer got the charge to be thrown out. But we know it would be best to go with the seasoned firm that wants 150,000. So again, I ask people, Go on your Facebook, your IG. If y'all can just share the post, just share. We stand with ozone.com. You know, take screenshot something from Justice for Ozone and share it on your page. Screenshot something from the Danger Remy on Instagram and share it. We stand with Ozone on Instagram. Take content and share it. That helps. The biggest thing we're asking people to do is to tag people, because the conscious community means nothing if we can't come together to accomplish something as important as saving one man's life, as allowing him to be able to tell his side of the story. And here's another reason why I say you have to know what part of consciousness you belong, because many conscious people are not gonna fuck with ozone. That's just 1,000. They have already judged. These same people that will tell you that you shouldn't judge on the issues that they care about, or you're judgmental, you shouldn't do this. No one can judge me. They have judged him. And they have judged someone like me and Blaze and others who and the people in this chat room, OC, Boss Talk, and others. They've judged us because we are advocating for the brother Otto Wallace. So you have those types of conscious people. From their perspective, we're on some low vibration shit. And our chakras are misaligned, and perhaps we are not going to elevate to the fourth dimension. And maybe they're right. I don't know. However, this is where I am at. Maybe this is kindergarten, and maybe they're in high school. Maybe they are at a higher level of consciousness. But I cannot pretend that I'm in high school if I'm in kindergarten. So if this is where I'm at, well, this is what I'm working with. And right now I'm trying to save my brother's life. Right now I'm trying to get my brother to be able to stand up in court without being railroaded. Oliver said, an innocent man's life matters. Absolutely. Oliver Burkett. Y2 Kenyon says, the real question is, will they fight the case, not plea out the case? That is the real question. Well, I mean, it depends, you know. I mean, sometimes a plea is your best option. You know, depends on how much evidence they have against you, right? And I'm just speaking in general now. In anybody that's in fighting a case in court, whatever that case might be. It depends. You know, your lawyer is going to advise you sometimes, you know, and if they think you have a very small chance at winning in trial, in which you might face the maximum penalty, and let's say 5 or 10 years might look better to you. You know, I mean, there's people who have fought the case and ended up doing 30, 40 or life in jail. That would have been better off with a plea. So it all depends on what's going to come out in discovery. You know, is there insurmountable evidence against you? That kind of thing. So, you know, but I agree. They should be fighters first. They got to go hard. They need to hire private investigators, all that good stuff. Y2 Kenyon also says right now he's listed with a court appointed, and that court appointed is already working on his behalf. Some name brand doesn't mean experience. I beg to differ on that, Y2 Kenyon. Name brand does mean experience, because large firms have built their reputation. They've built their reputation. They've gone through the battles. The first lawyer that we found for O had 20 years experience. That matters. The connections that they have, that matters. A court appointed attorney They can work on your behalf, but nobody that's seriously fighting some serious shit wants to go with no public pretender, because most public pretenders are shit, and they look like automatic conflict of interest to me. They hang out with the judges and shit. They hang out with the prosecution. I wouldn't want a public defender for myself, especially facing life or the death penalty. So yeah, large firms often mean experience. All the lawyers in the firm might not be 20 years experience, but some of them will. And they have their reputation. That's what they're fighting for. That's what a lot of y'all don't understand. The motive for them oftentimes to go hard for you is self-serving. They don't have to give a fuck about their client per se, but it is, and I'm not saying that lawyers don't care about their client. I'm just saying they don't necessarily have to care about you personally, but they can work hard on your behalf because it suits them and their reputation. No lawyer wants to see a bunch of L's on their on their history. When you pull up, you know, when you pull up their history and their cases, you don't want to see a bunch of L's. You want to see a bunch of wins. So, it absolutely matters. Why do you think people go out and spend $2 million on a lawyer if it doesn't matter? How do you think OJ beat his case if it doesn't matter? Bleak Gilliam said, I agree, but does not. Okay, well, I gotta scroll up. Let me see. Let me see what y'all talking about today. I see my sister, the Blasian X Barbie X, defending her brother. I appreciate that. And like she says, O will confirm that I am doing right by him. So therefore, I do not even acknowledge fuck niggas going forward because you're inconsequential to myself. Blaze says the attorneys will not accept a penny under 150,000. That is correct. You are now blocked, idiot, calling yourself Kirk Judah. Bleak Gilliam said, I do have an actual question. Did ozone really, what's FW, Delta, or is he just putting on for the internet? What's FW? I don't understand that. Azure Ray say you can. I'm talking about the mainstream though. What they sell in the markets, and I agree. I don't have a problem with food modification. My point was food is modified like weed. Yes, absolutely, no argument there. Just as go into a little bit more detail. Yeah, let me see who needs to get out of this chat. Let me see who the idiots are. Let me get you out of here. Boss Talk says, Dolores, stop it. You mad? I spoke about on this platform, huh? I'm respected on here. I guess you forgot. Y'all chill out, man. Just y'all chill out, man. This is what I mean. I'm talking about these very things, and y'all in here bickering about silly shit. Chill out. Both of y'all, just chill, man. Let's stay focused. Let's try to make amends where amends can be made, man. Jojo said we have to have clean temples to use by the universe. I am the proper way. Chemicals on the brain alter the mood and mind. I agree with you, Remy. Thank you, good brother. That's what I'm saying. A lot of us jump into things that we don't understand. I just shared a little bit of my experience. There's science on both sides, for and against marijuana. I suggest that you read both sides, because what we do is, because we like to smoke or we like to do this, we go with whatever we find that's going for the thing, and we ignore everything against it. That is a mistake, and that would be your undoing. A lot of shit that we're doing now doesn't catch up to us until 10, 20, even 30 years from now. Be careful. Everything ain't for everybody. There's certain things that I can partake of that other people shouldn't mess with. I know people that wake up and take a shot of vodka first thing in the morning. That shit would be crazy for me. I'm not built like that. But if that's somebody that I admire, I might mimic that shit and be pretending and deluding myself that that is somehow working for me when it is not. Alcohol and weed are not the same thing. No, they are not. They're not the same thing. However, they both alter the state of mind. They do. They alter your state of mind. They alter your mood. They can affect long-term changes in you. For example, teenagers should not smoke. Why? Because studies have shown that people who start smoking like at 15 or younger, their amygdala, the part of the brain that's responsible for emotion, the regulation of emotion, becomes deformed. So teenagers, there's certain things that you shouldn't do when you're a teen. You shouldn't be jumping out the window, getting involved in adult shit. And so you see a lot of people out here that can't regulate their emotions as grown adults. Everything triggers some motherfuckers. You wonder why they're so sensitive, that they even are in a chat room when we're talking about somebody that's facing a death penalty, talking about themselves. Why is that? You can't regulate your emotions. You might have fucked up your amygdala. But no, alcohol and weed is not the same thing, but they're both influences. That's why they tell you, well, we don't want you driving a car, whether you drinking or smoking. That is valid. It affects your reaction time and all that. Everything ain't for everybody, but if it works for you, go ahead. But don't spread misinformation and tell people that this is the thing to do for everyone, because it's not. It's harmful for some people. It can trigger schizophrenia in some people. I've seen people who went bonkers and all they did was smoke weed, because probably in their family a mental disorder was there. And the CDC and all the people who are practicing medicine tell you that. If you have somebody in your family that suffers from a mental disorder, you're at a 14% risk of developing that disorder yourself. And if you begin to use anything that alters your consciousness, you increase that chance to be even greater. So stay focused, y'all. Alcohol is poison, weed is a herb. Well, opium is also a herb. Cocaine comes from a herb. I don't see people running around doing mushrooms like that, but that's a plant. So that particular point about herbs are harmful. Some of them are. Some herbs will kill you. There's a wild carrot that you can eat, but if you fuck around and mess with the carrot, the one that looks like that wild carrot, Queen's and lace, you're a dead duck. Dead. Nothing bringing you back. So there are a lot of things out there that get you high now that are natural herbs. Yes. The question, Y2 Kenyan, is how are you using it? Why are you using it? And are you productive? Is it an asset to your life? That's what it comes down to. Forget the philosophy of whether it's good or bad. Is it an asset to your life? And if you answer yes, I have no beef with you. My beef would be if you go around telling others that this is the shit to do and trying to make a whole culture out of that. I have an issue with that because it's not good for everybody. I just gave some of my experiences and how I knew that I couldn't function on that. And as Boss Talk said, he's allergic to apples. So you don't just tell everybody to go, yeah, applesauce is the shit. Even though, most people are good at apples, but you get what I'm saying. Some people are allergic to peanuts. So you don't tell everybody to go have peanut butter. Some people are going to tell you, no, I can't fuck with nuts. And that's the same thing with marijuana. Some people can function very well on cocaine. Very well. High-powered lawyers use cocaine because it's an upper and they're ambitious and they stay up late working and they use that shit to their benefit. Not for me, but I admit that I use caffeine sometimes because that's also an upper. It is similar to cocaine in that sense. Not for everybody though. Caffeine fucks up some people. I'm sensitive to caffeine. So like I mentioned before, I had to back up off caffeine. All of that is a part of the topic tonight. Consciousness and this conscious community and what is going on in it. People don't know themselves. Too many copycats. So while I'm talking about weed, it's just an example of people doing shit that they don't know about. I saw this guy, Minister Inky, was talking about, people talking about chakras. This guy, Nature Boy, and Bobby Hemmett and them talking about the brown chakra and your soul being down there in your asshole. A lot of stuff that people don't know. What does that mean? How can you prove that somebody's soul is in their anus? But the man said that because dude played the video clip. What is going on? And people sit and listen and nod their heads to that. But do you really believe that? Do you believe that in your anus is where your soul resides? Do you believe that? I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't believe shit though. I believe few things. There are a few things I believe. Some things I have to take people's words for because I have not done the math to confirm that the earth is in fact round. But I believe that it is round. But I've been given ample evidence. So yeah, you don't everything ain't for everybody. And you must be aware of yourself and what works for you. Dolores says, Pastor, why don't you just go ahead and write Kendrick Wilson? You know you're missing. Chill out, Dolores. Chill out. Leave Boss Talk alone, man. Jojo said, if one justifies and rationalize overconsumption, then that person may have a major problem. Exactly. Overconsumption. Everything can be abused. If you wake up first thing, like I literally know people who wake up first thing they do, they smoke. That's before you go to bed, you smoke. Every hour you smoking. I know one guy, like every hour and a half he was smoking. He was staying at my place. Every hour and a half he was lighting something. That's an issue, man. Dude broke as shit, but he's buying weed. That's a problem. Guy had a lot of talents too, a lot of creative skills, but he wasn't maximizing on those skills because he was constantly medicated. Saw him a couple times and he didn't have some weed, acting like a fucking lunatic. That's a problem. And that's fucking common sense. That's not up for debate, man. That's basic shit. If you act funny when you don't have a substance and you on that shit every day, hey man, you don't take my word for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, if it works, it works. But don't pretend. Why to kid and say y'all doing too much focus on weed? That's not the problem. You don't smoke weed, but you're struggling too. Like everybody, weed ain't the issue. I beg to differ. I'm gonna leave off of weed after I address that comment right there. And I don't know if that's directly to me, but yeah, I can tell you that my life drastically improved after I stopped smoking weed, and my life drastically improved after I became vegan. You know, my life drastically improved after I began practicing meditation. My life drastically improved after I started spending more time out in the forest. You see, it's not just one thing, but it's recognizing the things that are not working for you and adding the things that are working for you. That's my suggestion. So again, I've said it like a dozen times already, but I'll say it for the last time. If it's working for you, knock yourself out. You know, but I'm still calling out the people that I know personally, clearly, that the shit is not working for, and they're using it to medicate against anxiety and depression. And I know many of those people, and that's facts. Now, you might not know those people, but I know many of them. You know what I mean? So those are who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not suffering from a lot of shit that a lot of people are suffering from. I am the difference between me and a lot of people because I don't depend on any substance. I'm well aware of myself, very much aware, where others are not aware of themselves, and everything is external. You know what I mean? And they're very emotional. They're very much easily triggered. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mr. Black, what's up, bro? I know Mr. Black be lit. Mr. Black and Bus Stop be lit, man. Yeah, y'all be in the stratosphere. Um, yeah, that clown was the one that was getting in her head and telling her nonsense. Mr. Black. Jay Morgan said, "What happens to donors' payments if for whatever reason they change their minds about Funk and Diamond representing him?" Oh, that was at Kirk Judah, Israel. What happens to donors' payments if for whatever reason they change their minds about Funk and Diamond representing him? Then the money goes to the other lawyers. He's going to have to get a lawyer. Jay Morgan, if you're still in the chat, he's going to have to get a lawyer, obviously. So if we can't get enough for Funk and Diamond, then we go pay the lawyer that wants 100,000, 80,000, 70,000, or whatever. I mean, I thought that would be. We've never said that we're raising funds only for Funk and Diamond, and if we don't get the funds for Funk and Diamond, then we just give up. No, we go pay the other lawyer. The first lawyer we had was gonna get started for 30,000. Funk and Diamond also said they would get started for 30,000, and then they changed their minds. They're allowed to do that too. The idiot that you were asking that question kept trying to say that was evidence of impropriety. Why didn't I send $30,000 to Funk and Diamond? Because they didn't want it anymore, and that's their fucking prerogative. So they turned around and said, "Well, how soon can you get to 100,000?" And we said December 31st. So this guy is talking shit that he knows nothing about. So once we said December 31st, they felt that was too long, and so they started to backing out. So we never had any written agreement for 30,000. It was just something that they jumped out and said they would be willing to get started for. But once we gave them a time frame to come up with the rest of the money, they started saying, well, we'll get back to you, we'll get back to you. And then they went to visit O. And after they visit O, they said they wanted everything up front. And that's the facts. And any idiot, running around talking otherwise is a fucking parasite and a piece of and scum and a liar, because they're not there and they're not involved in the process. I'm not even the one talking to Funk and Diamond directly. This is someone that Ozone has in charge specifically. And that sister is the one that interviewed with them for 2 hours. And she speaks to them and then she comes back to me. And then Ozone weighs in. And based on what we come to a general consensus and we decide. As I said, we were going to go with the lawyer that we had originally. And O said he wanted Funk and Diamond. So we listened to his wishes. That's not evidence of anything crazy going on. That's just shit changing. The situation is fluid. It's changing. We're bargaining. Why? Because we don't have 200K sitting around and we're fundraising. And the lawyers see that. And so they don't want to take the risk of getting started and then we can't pay the rest in a timely fashion, or we can't come up with it at all. So they start acting funny. And that's what's going on. Azore say you can. I'm talking about. Okay, already. All right, I'm gonna run through these comments real quick, y'all. Bleak Gillum said, I do have an actual question. Okay, we got to that. You just dying for a response. Can see y'all check you'll see it. All right, for the web 100. All right, cool. All honors, my sister Blaze. Incidentally, this guy JBATL, he's the person that requested his money back. And I'll just say this briefly because, like I said, I don't intend on doing back and forth with people. But since I see him here, this person, he's a person that he when he filed for his money back, he said we scammed him. That's what he put in the PayPal, and that's where our beef. I also saw he made a comment on Instagram saying he gave me notice to refund his money. He gave me 24 hours. That is false. I never knew that he wanted his money back. He went straight to PayPal. And he told them that it was a money scam, and he told them that he did not get what he paid for, like as if he had purchased goods or services. And that is the issue. And then when I said to him, in the chat room, because I didn't even realize this was somebody that I was having dialogue with. I didn't know. When I went into the chat room and saw that I was messaging back and forth with this guy, I was very surprised. I was like, whoa, this is the same person. And he never said anything to me. He never said to me, hey, yo, Rem, I'm feeling some type of way about this. Can I get my money back? And when I said to him, I said, yo, you didn't have to do that. That was some idiot shit. If you had just told me that you wanted your money back, I would have given it back to you. His response was, well, you say you would have given it back, like you're not going to give it back. You must not know how PayPal works. So what do you do with that? Now who got into that person's head and made him feel that somehow we who are gathering money to try to save this man's life were somehow scamming? I don't know, man. But it obviously did not take much. But it didn't need for him to go there and then cost us another $30, because that's what happened. When he said we scammed him and PayPal gave him his money back, they then charged the account because he filed for two refunds, one for $100 and the other for his other $500 donation, right? And so they charged us $15 for each of those refunds. So that's $30 that he then took from what we raised for ozone, and that didn't need to happen. And that's my issue with niggas. And that's why I say that conscious people are the problem. The people who supposedly know better, their behavior is wildly immature and nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. So, we do have enemies that are among us whose behavior in their mind is all right and exact. Everything they do is all right and exact. And they have a lot of criticism for other people, but they never turn that critique inward. Y2 Kenyan said, I don't think y'all have time for Funk and Diamond. They already doing Discovery. Not sure if Judge will let them redo Discovery. Discovery is important. Yes, it is. Just get a good lawyer now. Well, it looks like that's what we're about to do anyway. Like I said, we have three others at least that we've already interviewed with. So, but Y2 Kenyan, you have to understand that if it was me, I would want to do the best to try to get the best. You understand? So, because the truth is when you say get a good lawyer, and if the lawyer wants 50, 60, $70,000 and they have 2 years experience, yeah, they're a good lawyer, but that's a drastic difference than a lawyer who's gotten many people off of all types of cases and in cases that even involve police shootings. It's different, man. It's just different. You know what I mean? So it's important to go as hard as you can for the best. We can't do it, we can't do it, but we gotta try our best. So I'm gonna give it another 10 days, you know what I mean, to see if I can come up with 75. And I'm gonna ask them if they can start for 75. That's where I'm going with it. If they say no, then we go with the other lawyer. That's just my take on it. Blaze says Ozone wants Funk and Diamond. The ultimate choice is up to O. We are just here to support him through the case as much as we can. Yep. And O understands that he might not be able to get Funk and Diamond. I've communicated with him and he's communicated that back. He gets it. You know what I mean? So, but we're gonna try our best first. That's the problem with us. We don't know how to stay on a mission and go hard. We give some shit 2 weeks and then we forget it and we want to be on to the next thing. Yeah, I got that idiot out of here. Yep, Dolores says brother needs high profile attorney. Boss Talk said I don't know if he knows how to block. Two people need to be blocked. Yeah, and say who and Gleek. Who is Gleek? Kenyan say, yeah, you was doing too much. Not everybody smokes to lose their mind. Some of them do though. Some use to study mellow out. Yeah, I said that, man. I'm not talking about those people. See, y'all want to hear what y'all want to hear. I've been said, if it works for you, it works. I'm not talking about who it works for. I'm talking about niggas who abuse weed, and them niggas exist. And a lot of niggas walk around dusted out of their minds, man, smoking dirty blunts and being unproductive. I don't know why y'all act like a nigga making shit up. Like you don't see those people though, right? Y2 Kenya? You only see niggas that studying with weed, right? Come on, man. See, the thing with me is, you see how I can acknowledge that there's people that can use weed in a productive way, and I can acknowledge that weed is harmful to other people. There it is. That's the truth. I deal with balance, bro. I'm not trying to, what I mean? Come on, man. You see niggas out here, man. Bleak Gilliam said, I agree, but does he have time to acquire one? Yeah, that's the thing. Does he have time? We are running out of time. Y2 Kenyan says right now he is listed with court appointed and they're already working on that. Yeah, that's nonsense right there. That last part is nonsense. So name brand doesn't mean experience. Yeah, I already said that. All right, so I'm caught up with the other thing. Sarakia says, um, where the conscious legal defense at in our organization should be law that we are grooming for. All right, no, exactly. Um, Sarakia, that's what I mean. Like, at the end of the day, what does the quote unquote conscious community what is it about, and where are we going if we're not forming, various if we're not creating infrastructure, right? If we're not doing things that is going to amount to infrastructure and organizations and resources that we can use for our people. And if we don't have that, but we out here talking about, the chakras, and we're talking about, having 4 wives, and we're talking about red bottoms and Bentleys, I don't know. So we don't have any conscious legal teams. So we have to go and beg. We have to go and beg people who don't sympathize with us to help us out with a payment plan, and that's just where it is. But we should be grooming them for our protection. That's one of the most sensible comments I've seen in here all night. That right there, y'all need to listen to, man, because see, everybody doesn't have to do farming, and everybody doesn't have to be grooming lawyers. And when we say grooming, in my view, because I have children, don't force anybody into something, because that's another mistake that we make as parents. Do not force people, including your children, to get into something just because it is something that is good. Because if they don't have the aptitude for it, or they want to live their life doing a different profession, they're going to resent you for it, and they're going to be miserable. You know what I mean? So you want to look at your children and see if they have an aptitude and an interest for it. And the ones that have the aptitude and the interest, then you groom them into it. But if you have someone that wants to be outdoor working with their hands, don't force that child to try to be a lawyer. But we should be grooming our lawyers, our craftsmen, all of that. Our farmers, our scientists, engineers. We need all of that. We need people working on our behalf, obviously. Black Power Network says we live in a racist white supremacy class caste state system. We certainly do. But what about it? The question is, how do we handle it? How do we handle being in that system? It is up to us. All right, JBATL said he'll hit me up tomorrow so I understand what really happened. Okay, bro. Y'all crazy. Y2 Kenyan, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, JBATL said I didn't come correct, but man, we'll talk, but you still missing the point, bro. You should have hollered at me before you asked for your money back. That's the point. That's my point, bro. You should have just hollered at me. You were inboxing me about other shit, so you should have just hollered at me in the inbox and say, "Yo, bro, I changed my mind. I see some shit I don't like." I wouldn't have taken it. I would have talked to you about it, like, bro. I would have tried to answer your question, but once you said, "Nah, bro, I would appreciate you giving me my money," I would have just done that. Yeah, I was pissed off after you said scam. You wrote scam in there, bro. You know what I mean? That's not cool, man. You literally wrote scam. You wrote money scam, bro. So you saying I didn't come correct? You didn't come correct. You wrote that nigga scammed you. That's not no easy. That's no simple shit to put on somebody's name, man. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, after I saw you wrote scam in there, yeah, I mean my feelings about that shit, because I know I didn't fucking scam you. You know what I mean? So that's got to be public right there. I didn't scam you, bro. Nobody scammed you. So what we raised, we still got it, and we're gonna pay the attorney with it. You know what I mean? Angela Morrow say It's great that Remy, OC, and Bossar continue to speak on Ozone's behalf. Yeah, we stand with ozone.com. That is the website. Go there and, drop a link. Invite some people to the chat, y'all. Thank y'all for staying up with me. I'm going to stay on another half an hour and then I'm out. I know some of y'all are night owls. I need my beauty rest though. Invite some people to the chat so we can share the link with them, Tell them about the thing. Tell them about ozone. Tell them about we stand on ozone.com. Tell them that bro is facing the death penalty. Ask people, like Umar Johnson and other folks. Ask them if they can speak about it. That's important because if I ask them, that's one thing. But if y'all ask them, and a bunch of us ask them, now you're putting on the pressure to speak. And why is it important that you put on the pressure that high profile people speak about it? Simple. If they speak about it and people see the fundraising efforts, people will go there and donate and we'll get that money like that. It's really that simple. So hollering at people is very important. Y2 Kenyan said maybe you missed his email about the issue. Just apologize, refund the money. Just apologize, refund the money, and that can save the fees. Remember, we still have to use customer service. Yeah, Y2 Kenyan, he said maybe I missed his email about the issue. Yeah, I didn't receive an email from him, but he was in my inbox. So if he sent me an email and I didn't get the email, then he could have just inboxed me. I mean, we were communicating on Instagram. So just refund the money. Yes, I would have done just that. I stated that I would have just refunded it. But you don't go off and then say you were scammed. There's no customer service after you say you were scammed. So I just came on, opened up PayPal. Well, I got an email from PayPal saying somebody is requesting a refund. And then when I open PayPal, I see the details. And it says the person was being scammed, and then I had to respond to it. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, whether you want to believe that or not. That's how it happened. That's my email. My email was a notification that the person is requesting their money back. So I think it is disingenuous to say you sent me an email and you gave me or whatever, and we on Instagram and we were speaking relatively frequently on Instagram and you didn't say anything there. You know what I mean? So that's what I would have done. I would have hollered at you because, for example, there's a guy that called himself Sleep is for the Rich, right? Now, Sleep is for the Rich. He had connected with the NFAC, and he he got a lot of photo ops and shit, right? He have a store that he sells stuff on that store. Sleep is for the Rich. I ordered $153 worth of shit from him, and he never sent me my merchandise, right? But guess what I did? I sent him like 3 emails. And when he didn't answer the email, I DM'd him on Instagram because I follow him on Instagram. He's always posting on Instagram. So I DM'd him on Instagram. And then I asked other niggas that were in touch with him to send him a message on Instagram. And then after I didn't get a response from that, I went ahead and posted a message on one of his posts publicly as a last resort. Guy never responded to me to this day. Extremely disrespectful, right? I waited nearly 2 months. I'm not saying anyone should do that, but I'm just saying the lengths that I went through to communicate with that person. Even if you sent me an email that I didn't get, you were right there on Instagram. That guy was right there on Instagram. People told me that I should inbox him because he checks DMs. So I DM'd him. Now, what I had to do to get my money back, I had to go to my credit card company and file a complaint. But that was my last resort after this asshole did not respond to any of my requests. Right? The guy took $150 something from me, a person who genuinely was trying to support. and never responded to any of my inquiries about the shit that I ordered. Never. He correction, he responded once because he did delete my comment that I put on his public post, right? And that comment was reiterating that, hey, I spent my money. At this point, can I get a refund or get the merchandise? This is the order number. I didn't go on there and say motherfucker this or that, but he promptly deleted it. You see, so he is aware that a customer paid their money, and his response was, you know what I mean? So I know all about, communicating with people. And I know that if I have more than one way to communicate with you, if I have your phone number, I'm not just going to send you an email. If I send you an email and you didn't respond, I'm going to call you. If I send you an email and you didn't respond and I have your IG or your Facebook, I'm going to message you if I know you're on there all the time. I mean, so that's the type of stuff that goes on. Funds on ozone. Raven Parker said, I know what you say, Danger Remy, about smoking weed. Raven Parker, thank you. Keeping it real. Angela Morrow says, Luton, what's iffy? What's iffy, Luton? Y2 Kenya says, the one with 20 years wanting 30,000 to 50,000 sounds good. Again, the issue is experience in capital cases. Coincidentally, court appointed probably has most experience with that because most facing it don't have the money. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that you would go with a court appointed. I wouldn't. I don't give a fuck how much experience they have, unless it's a last resort and that's all I have. I mean, if that's all you have, that's all you have. But yeah, the one with 20 years, you know why we didn't, why we also went with what O wanted, because the one with 20 years, he's one man, whereas Funk and Diamond, they have equal amount of experience, and it's a team of 3 lawyers. So that plays into it. But I get what you're saying, though. What? Who's willing to fight? The court-appointed attorney? I mean, some of them. All right, JBL, I got you. I got you, bro. We should be willing to dialogue and be grown-ups about shit, you know, even if we get off on the wrong foot and shit, we should still, we brothers at the end of the day, we all we got. So, if there's a chance for us to patch shit up and get to the bottom of it, let's do that. Let me catch up with y'all. Is Mr. Zulu Shabazz or Black Panther Party still helping? That's Jeremiah Batiste. Jeremiah says, is Mr. Zulu Shabazz. Mr. Zulu, what? Mr. Zulu Shabazz was never helping, as far as I know. He did show up at the courthouse one time, but from what I understand, he does not have a license to practice law in the state of Florida, so I don't know how he was going to help. But he was turned away anyway from seeing ozone. I tried to communicate with Zulu Shabazz, and other people tried, and we didn't get any response from him. So as for the Black Panther Party, I cannot speak on that. You would have to ask them. But I'll say yes, they are. They are still involved with helping our brother. I think I can say that without pissing anybody off. And also, they have sent some commissary to the brother, I believe, and raised some funds that were turned over to us. I want to make that clear also. Several weeks back. So yeah, but we have a difference in opinions on doing certain things, and we that's what they agree to disagree and live your life. I mean, I'm not here to be going back and forth with people. Um, yeah, not cool. Yeah. Especially not saying a nigga. Um, I mean, it's one thing to want it back, but to say a nigga scammed you, that's the thing, man. Don't do that, bro. So yeah, I get what you're saying there, Raven. You know, the scam part. You know, that's what hurt. That shit hurt my heart, man. Um, yeah, Bleak Gilliam, we need black farmers, man. You know, you got some people really walking around here, high society, acting like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about red bottoms and shit and cryptocurrency. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, you gonna eat that fucking cryptocurrency and them red bottoms. You understand? Like, there's so much going on in this world, man, and food is always the most air, air, water, and food in that order are the three most important things to human being. And then fourth comes shelter from the elements. You know, so people out here acting like the government will always be there for them. We need to grow food. I'm interested in bringing some people together for the growing of hemp. Hemp is a resilient, versatile crop. It is more resilient and it gives more than cotton. You can use it to make clothes, to make concrete. You can use it to make rope. You can use it to make CBD oil, all types of stuff. It's got like 200 uses. You know what I mean? So we should grow hemp, black people. We should corner the market on hemp. You see how the Japanese had cornered the market on cars back in the day? Bill Clinton had to beg the Japanese to buy Buicks and shit because everybody was nobody was buying shit from GM. They were all buying Nissans and Toyotas. The president had to beg them. He said it wasn't fair, man, that our country buy all these cars from y'all and y'all never buy any of our cars because Buicks were shit at that time, you know. But that's what they did after the war, right after Pearl Harbor, after America dropped 2 atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and decimated the Japanese. They didn't go around doing symbolic shit, pumping their fists in the air and getting their flags and bemoaning what was done to them. They put their heads down and they went to work. And that's what we need to do. We need to put our heads focused and work and corner the market. We have not cornered the market on shit. We're the best basketball players and we don't own any teams. And when push comes to shove, you can't do shit with a basketball player or playing basketball because when people are hungry, they don't want to see nobody playing shit. So that's not important. But we do need people that's able to grow food and build things. We do need those. Those are what's important. And we're not doing it. And we do need you to help, bro. If you have $10, hit the Cash App, $, we stand with $ ozone legal. That's for the brother who's facing the death penalty. $ ozone legal, y'all. Drop $10, drop $5. It all adds up. It all adds up. Angela Morrow said Ozone's life is on the line. Please donate. Yeah. Please invite some other people to the chat room so they can hear about Ozone's case. And maybe they can help to steer clear of the chaos that's among the people that's supposed to be in the know. The people that are supposed to be aware. The people who are supposed to be woke. Steer clear of the chaos, y'all. Steer clear of the chaos. We have our differences. Don't make threats. Don't start talking a bunch of shit to people. You know what I mean? If we can't agree, let's just do our thing over. I'm in the East, you're in the West. We don't need to get into a lot of this beefing. People too grown for a lot of that stuff. Say your piece, I say my piece, or whatever. We might have some words. Okay, fuck it, move on. All the constant bickering it doesn't make any sense. Help, bro. Donate your weed money to bro. Real talk. Donate those extra pair of shoes that you don't really need to bro, because they want to kill him with a lethal injection. We send with ozone.com. You do not need a PayPal to donate. If you don't have a PayPal account, just simply click the PayPal button anyway. You click the PayPal button, enter your card information, and then you will see the option at the bottom to check out as guest. Check out as guest. That's it. And if all of those fail, if those two things fail and you have some other way that you want to send money, holler at me, and I'll try to work out something of how we could get it some other way. Maybe you have Zelle and I could maybe give you, a bank account to send it to. And I'll take the money out of that account and send it to the other account. You know what I mean? So, if you really want to donate and you can't do it with PayPal or Cash App, let's work something out anyway. Holla at me, I'm on Instagram as Danger Remy. I'm on YouTube as Danger Remy. I'm on the Justice for Ozone page on Instagram. They've flagged that and they've shut it down for the most part. I can't access it, but I still can come and look at the comments. Gary Branch says peace to the God. OCTheGreatTV. Let's get it done. Yeah, big up my brother OC, man. Always gotta give him props. He's always working on our brother's behalf. He did the 24-hour fundraiser in which he was up for most of that time. My man might have taken a nap for an hour. Rest of the time, bro was up going hard. Saw him being interviewed by a sister on another channel a few nights ago. All of it not about himself, but about Otto Wallace. So yeah, peace to the God. Mr. Shabazz is an attorney not in Florida. He would have to have a Florida attorney with him in order to work a pro advice appearance. Okay. Well, you know better than me on that, but yeah, we wouldn't have went with Malik Zulu Shabazz anyway. We just wouldn't have. Doesn't have the experience what we're looking for. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a track record that that we would be comfortable with. We're trying to go for the best chance at our brother beating the case, or at the very least reducing time. So no, to keep it 100, I don't have anything against Malik Zulu Shabazz. I don't know him personally. It's just he would be among the lawyers that we're looking at. Like we're looking at these lawyers right now. We're making a decision, and no, I would not choose Malik Zulu Shabazz. Bleak Gilliam said, so he ran crying to white folks, and now he wanted to talk. You know how we do, man. Sometimes we get. When I talk to bro, I'll see what his side of it is, because that shit was crazy. And then he had an email from the NFAC. It was crazy. I don't know, man. I think somebody really got into his head though. They scared the shit out of him. Like he just flipped. Where was I? Black Pearl Incorporated says that's crazy. I heard about that before, and they say that they were blocked when they hit him up. Because I'm late, I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Black Pearl, but you probably were. They were blocked when they hit him. Black Girl Magic says non-black Americans shouldn't say the N-word. Non-black Americans. All right, so who's the non-black Americans that's saying the N-word, Black Girl Magic? Who's the non-black American saying that? Is there any non-black Americans in this chat, Black Girl Magic? Bleak Gilliam says, yeah, that dude from Louisiana with the crazy AK mag. Yup, that very one. Yeah, I paid him $153. And I don't get it, Bleak. Guy just would not respond to me. Like, bro, like I was asking politely too, hey, I waited 3 weeks before I said anything because COVID and all that. And guess what? Going into his neck of the woods, with the NFAC, I wanted to buy some of his gear to wear something, if even just a face mask. So I ordered 2 face masks and a sweatsuit. And I was like, I'm gonna wear the mask and shit. So I wanted to support, bro. I genuinely did. And it's like I didn't get the shit in time for the formation, but it was no problem. It was only a week, so I was like, all right, probably not gonna make it in time, but no problem. But certainly I was expecting it within a month. And after a month, I hollered at him, and it's like nothing. I wait another week. I send another email, nothing. It's like, what is going on? I'm copying and pasting my order number and everything. Hey, can you tell me when you think it might? I'm expecting somebody's gonna get back and say, hey, we back ordered right now. Can you wait? So and so. It would have been fine. Hell, if he had told me I had to wait 2 months, I would have been okay. If he said 3 months, if he told me to wait till December, if he was like, "Hey, bro, shit is kind of messed up right now. I'm not sure when, but can you just hold on? I'll update you." I would have said, "Okay, bro, no problem." But nothing. Extremely disrespectful, and that's the type of thing that we do to each other that creates bad blood and animosity. You don't do those things. You don't play with people's money. Um. Bleak Gillam says, how are his spirits and how is he holding up? Some days better than others, Bleak. That's just how it is. He has his ups and downs. Um, I'm told he's speaking with a mental health specialist and that he's doing a bit of exercise. So, that's always good when you can do some exercise. So I was glad to hear that. So overall, right now, he's doing okay because we had seen some people post some stuff that, they had taken this from him and all that. And that wasn't true. So he is in like a 48-hour lockdown, so he's only allowed outside twice a day. And so I'll reiterate, don't talk crazy, especially if you're somebody who is in communication with Ozone. Don't read or quote anything directly from him, and don't be coming online talking crazy shit, because they can use that as an excuse to take away the little bit of privileges that he has to communicate. So just keep it cordial. But yeah, he's holding up okay, all things considered. Um, Braves Club says HVAC engineering here in Phoenix, Arizona. Gotta stay cool with AC. Absolutely. And if you can train others, take on, some younger people as if they want to do a little bit of apprenticeship, even if it's informal and they're just learning a little bit of the basics so that when they go to school for it, they will be ahead of the class. I think that's cool too. So yeah, um, Braves Club, all honor, salute on that. Bleak Gilliam says farming and growing our own food is our only shot as a whole to participate in a substantial way in this economy. Absolutely. Yes, like food. Everybody needs food. They need water, they need air, and they need things to make textiles. So that's where hemp comes in also. And also hemp has edible parts. You can use the heart of the hemp to make cereal, and you can just cook it and eat it. So don't sleep on hemp also, y'all. But yes, and we gotta grow food, man. Like think about it. If something happened, and something is happening, things are happening. And it's gonna catch y'all off guard, man. So we gotta plant food. And in order to do that, we have to connect with each other. So we need to cut out a lot of the nonsense. And we have a lot of talent and brains that is behind bars. So gotta get some of those people out. Let's try to get our brother O out of there, man. So yeah, if you have $10, like when tomorrow when you wake up, don't forget about bro. Go ahead and again just drop the link somewhere, y'all. And I hate to keep saying it, but I know y'all are not doing it. So I'm asking y'all, it's not just about donating $1. It's about just sharing it with other people so we can get other people to donate. So remember to share, y'all. Copy a post, take a screenshot, share it on your profiles and stuff. Um Tommy Joshua says, salute to my guy Danger Remy. That's a real one right there. All honors, Tommy. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Those words are encouraging, and I need every little bit of encouragement because some days, it's like, oh, what's up with niggas? Bleak Gilliam said we farmed for hundreds of years for free to make others rich. Why not do it for to make us wealthy? Yeah, it's because they've diverted or we've fallen for the trick that farming is some hillbilly shit and it's just not glamorous. And everybody wants the glamorous lifestyle. We rather pack into a city that's charging us $3,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. We just fall for all this goofy shit and we don't step back and examine like maybe it's time for black people to retreat from these cities. Maybe it's time for us to just let them have it. Let them take New York, Manhattan, you know what I mean? And let's retreat into the rural areas and set up shop. Especially when you see these pandemics and this crazy weather going on. We don't need to be packed in bed bugs and all that shit. But we want to be around what we perceive as being valuable, and we don't see growing food as being valuable, literally something that you need to survive. Literally something that you need to survive. We don't see it as being valuable. That's how far gone we are. All right. Blaze says we need more black farmers. The numbers are lower than ever. Yeah, even with white farmers, Blaze. Even with white farmers, they buying them out, doing all types of shit to sabotage small farmers everywhere because they want to drive us all to buy from these one or two major corporations. Bleak said, I drive truck and own a farm. Okay. It's hard to work. It's hard work, but I need more like minds to pull it together. Yeah, man, that's the thing, and that's the difficult part, bro. And we're all over the place. Like people in this chat room are from these different states, so you have to, begin to connect with people locally to get it done. Uh, Ripton says OC is real. OC is real, man. Black power, bro. All honors, Ripton. Blaze says, shout out to OC for real. Thank you, brother. Blaze says this is about giving all the best chance we can. No other people's career boast political agendas. We are putting a lot of brain power into O's campaign. Absolutely. And then she says we need more people to gather in support of ozone in their cities, host events and promote around the city. Anyone who needs flyers, we have them. Stickers are available online as well. Yeah, y'all check out the store. Um, Blaze, share the store link in the chat where they can get the stickers. I did say I was gonna make some stickers too. I've been slacking. Blaze says I even reached out to yeah, Blaze reached out to the guy in Louisiana too. I think Locks Unloaded also did, and he never responded. So I got pissed and went and made a video talking about the nigga, So um Blaze says protect ozone, watch your words. Absolutely. Geneva says right on. Um Bleak says Remy, I'm gonna hit you on Instagram so I can so you can check me out. Absolutely, bro. I'm always with it, always want to connect with folk and see whatever way we can work together. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. All right, y'all. So yeah, man, I thank y'all for rocking with me, listening to me run my mouth. Even though I might talk bad about weed sometimes, and I'm not a religious person. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Like listening to me. And that's the thing. Steel sharpens steel, right? So we here a little, there a little. Slowly we building and we getting somewhere. So we need to form coalitions and we need to form think tanks and masterminds. We got to get back to those things where people are consistently coming together to discuss various things that need to be done. We got to get back to that. We got to do Zoom meetings and conferences so we can connect people that are local and we even people that are not living in the same areas. We can still share ideas because we can share a lot of things over Zoom meetings and things. that people might just not know. You know, somebody who, you know, is doing roofing might can give you some basic tips or something about plumbing. And, you know, we just need to, you know, people who need help with their credit, um, with paying down debt and stuff. You know what I mean? Like all these things we can begin to network and help one another with. And that's what we need to do. We definitely need to do that. So yeah, y'all go ahead and get some rest, man. Sleep is extremely important. I'm gonna go get some shut eye. Thank y'all for rocking with me. And remember, this is about ozone, aka Otto Wallace. Innocent until proven guilty, needs to have his day in court. You know what I mean? All right. That being said, I thank y'all again for coming. Please share the link we send at ozone.com, and also add, you know, where you can, the cash app ozone dollars. Oh, before I go, anybody got any questions for me? Y'all need to know anything about the funds that I'm holding or anything else about the lawyer? Any other questions, real quick, real quick? Anybody got any other questions before I go? Anything that I might have missed? You had a comment earlier that I missed. I'm all caught up in the comments. Drop it real quick and I'll answer it. Shalom, Braves Club. Shalom, family. Any questions before I go? Any questions or comment that I might have missed that anybody might have? Anything concerning lawyers, ozone, or anything else in general? All right, all right. I guess nobody has any other questions. I'm gonna give it 10, 9, 8. You're most welcome, Khadija. You're most welcome. And thank you for being supportive to our brother. Oliver, Oliver, thank you, Dolores. Sister Dolores is, you know, very supportive of our brother Ozone also. Can't thank you enough. I see Oliver Burkett says, can Ozone get $1 per chat to go for an attorney? $1 per chat. Yeah, $1 from everybody in the chat. Can everybody drop $1 on all right now? I would say do that on the Cash app, so that PayPal don't take any money. PayPal doesn't take 2 cents out of it. You know what I mean? But wherever y'all want to do it, you know, I'm putting $1. I'm gonna put $10 on it. You know what I mean? So y'all will see my donation in the morning. I can't do it right now because I'm obviously on here. But yeah, y'all uh all right, all right, all right. Ripton Gentle says people need land to farm, not backyard. Yeah, they do, but guess what, Ripton? You start where you're at, man. So if you have a backyard and you're just using that shit for grass, you know, plant some stuff in there. You know what I mean? Because if shit hits the fan and you got a tree that's growing some tomatoes and some potatoes and some corn in your backyard, guess what? That's food that grows seasonally. You know what I mean? So you start where you can. If I had a backyard, I would plant food back there. You know what I mean? You can grow a lot in your backyard. I know people that grow food in their backyard. They have so much that they bring it and offer it for free to other people. So, you know what I mean? Just start where you're at. I'm looking to get like 10 acres, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to put some structures on there, and then I'm also going to grow some hemp on there, you know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. TSJ says, is the 150 total cost or initial payment? Well, it's supposedly the total, you know, but the thing is, we know that it can change. TSJ Jobs, it can change, but they gave us that quote as the total to answer your question. But, but with these things, they're fluid, so things do change. So we're prepared to try to raise more than 150, but you know that's what we're going for right now. So yeah, they said 150. Um, and even with the death of the officer, they did not say that they were raising the fee. At least they haven't said that yet. They might now, you know, and that might be another reason why we might not be able to get them, because they might, you know, say, well, we want 250 or whatever. But they thus far they did not say that. They just said they wanted it up front. But You know, maybe when they said that, they didn't know that the officer died. So that's the thing. All right, y'all. If y'all have no other questions, I thank you, and go and get your beauty sleep and take care of yourselves out there, and do not get into the chaos that is the conscious community. Don't just ignore a lot of this stuff. Just ignore it. People talking nonsense. Just ignore it. A lot of us are ill. Don't get caught up, and don't worship personalities. No one is beyond reproach. A lot of the people that y'all like, I was supportive of them at one time. I'm not gonna try to bash them, but when I see bullshit, I just speak about it. You know what I mean? It's bullshit, and that comes from anyone. It could be my own mama. If she does some nonsense, I'm gonna say it's nonsense. You know what I mean? Um, Ripton is a farmer too. Okay, where you at, Ripton? What state? Because that's what we need. We need to link up with people in various states. I'm in Florida. Um, you're most welcome, Angela. Thank you for your support also. Uh, much love and respect. Good night. Yeah, all right. Yeah, y'all be well out there. I'll be back, I'll be back like maybe I'll do another stream tomorrow, and we'll see if we can raise a few more dollars for the bro. All right, y'all. Be safe out there. All honors, love, respect, all that good stuff. Be safe. I'll talk to y'all.